Come on. Let's get going. I mean, it shows that it's alive. There we go. Very weird. I don't know why it wasn't working before. Does it show that I'm live? Yeah, so now it does show the stream. I don't know why that happened. Pretty weird. I don't think that's ever happened yet. Oh well. It's fine. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, let's get started on things. Also, another thing that I want to do today is figure out how we can modify these dang translation keys. I need to do them. Because one problem is like I change stuff, but I have to keep the base key the same inside of the project. So I really want to figure out some way to actually go through and modify these base keys. Because like, for example, one that I accidentally just did that with. It's the one where it shows the catch rate with the percent. All right, let's go find that one. This one. So I changed it in the English, and that's fine, but it's really frustrating because it needs to be changed for... Like, I want to change the base key. But I don't know how to... I can't do it in here. So, yeah, I'm not sure how to actually do that. I can't, like, right-click it or do anything. I think I have to, like, re-upload the keys or something, but that's the whole thing. Now, I think there is some way for me to put the data of this translation stuff into a GitHub repository. I know I said I was going to do that off stream, but now it's too late. But yeah, there's got to be a way to do it. There's like repository maintenance. I don't want to accidentally... But see, it shows like where it is. It's in a local repository right now, right? So I wonder if I could just go into the files and edit it. Right? I really have no idea. I don't know where those things are stored inside of inside of the files, you know. But I can go into our Cloud RON. Oh, that's that one. Hold on. This one. I can see if I can find those files. I don't know if it works like that. Like there's location, translation, resources, storage, right? So this is where it is, apparently. So it's in... But see, I guess how do I get in there? I have no volumes. Let me in. Oh, here we go. File manager. And then does it have our things inside of here? That's an app data weblate. So it's in Git. But none of this stuff is Git. I mean, there's backups. But it's an SQL database, and it's not really something that I can, like, edit. I mean, there's this one down here. Maybe this is what I want. .git. Locales. Possibly. Shows when it's been modified and stuff. Yeah, I mean, this might be the spot. I don't know if I can edit these things, if it's going to break everything, honestly. I don't know how this works. But we can try. Before I make any edits in here, I'm going to back up the site, because I don't want to break everything. Don't want another bulk edit incident, do we? So I just want to change the key in English. Now, here's the thing, though. Am I going to have to, like, change the key in every single language? Oh, this is like Steam stuff, isn't it? Yeah. I'm a little worried that might be the case. Which, that's a lot of languages to change. See, because here's all the keys, and then I can go down here. Okay, but this doesn't have the new stuff? Unless it does. It might just be sorted alphabetically. So then we want to search for catch rate. See, it's not in here, so... I don't know why. I don't know where. I don't know if it's because I have to, like, in here say, like, there's pending units, so maybe I have to commit those. I don't know. I just wish there was an easier way to do this, honestly. It's a little annoying. It's a bit frustrating. So I'd love to just go in here and just be like, boom, English, go to the key, and just like edit it. But we can't do it. There's no way to do it. So, I don't know. You can keep looking it up. Weblate how to change base key. And there is documentation and stuff, but it's hard to find info about this stuff. So adding new strings. Yeah, you can add new ones. Adding new translations. You can do that. Removing them. Operations, like maybe we can go in there or something. Repository maintenance. See, there's nothing. I can add a new one really easily, but can I change them in here? No. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this. This one's like a different color. Huh? Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. It's just a link. There's no like setting in here. That's my profile settings. Tools. Add a variant. See, it shows like where it is. So apparently it's pending, so it doesn't exist in the repo right now. So, oh, that's an SSH key. That's not the same thing. This is installing Weblate. Say, Woolbed, welcome in. How's it going? String variants, removing, adding. So adding them is super easy and obvious. Manual variants. Variants while translating. String labels. Let's see, I don't see anywhere on how to edit them. Change string. Downloading and uploading translations. I mean, I can upload a translation. To existing strings. But see, I don't want to like add one and then make it like a different one. I want to take the existing one and change it. So yeah, skips the ones that already exist. I mean, maybe this is how I do it, is I download the source files and then I edit them and re-upload them. That seems a little dangerous, potentially. Get out of my face here. I just don't know. I don't know what the best way to do this is. Because I can go into here and, right, I can just download the translations. Like, that does work. And then I can click Upload Translation. And I can say replace existing translation file. So when I add this file in, it should update the new base string, right? And then what is all this stuff? Do not import. Change translated strings. So the upload file will be merged with the current translation. Imported strings are added as translations to existing strings. See, I want to completely change the base string, right? But I definitely worry about this. I don't really like doing this. So, like, what am I uploading here? Is it going to be these files that I download? So do I say download translation? Okay, so I have this file now, right? Hold on a second, guys. Right, and this is the list of our keys. And then down here, this is where we have it. We have catch rate. So theoretically, I can just throw in % catch rate like that, right? And then, got my hair. I need like a hair band or something, guys. Now, if I save this and re-upload it, is it gonna work? I'm gonna try it. This might be a very bad idea. I'm gonna go ahead and back up the project really quick, just to be safe. It does auto backups anyways, but yeah, we're gonna create a manual. I don't want any funny business happening right now. It's just good to be safe. So yeah, we'll try this. I really hope this does work. So we got a backup here. That many files, May 17th. All right. So now I can say replace existing. This may be a horrific decision. So lured in translations English. And then this one, change the translated strings. And I hit upload. This may be a very bad idea right now, guys. But that's why we backed up the project. So, it did it. Is everything okay? Looks pretty normal. Did it add in more strings? I hope it didn't. No, we're good there. So everything's still in here. Did it delete any, no, explanations and stuff are still in here. So let's go see if it fixed that one key. Yeah, it did. So it's updated. But now the problem is like, are the other languages going to have the wrong key now? Or are they just going to automatically update? Oh, I think they just automatically updated. Well, that's not that scary then, if that's all I have to do to edit them. I just download the translation and then I just re-upload it with the new fixed key. So, I think we're good, right? Because it shows that one there now, % catch rate. So I think it's okay. And then all of these other ones have that already. Right, like if I go into any of these languages in here. Now, one thing I noticed here actually, did it delete the translations for the other ones? I think it did. So that's a little bit of a problem here. There's only a few, so it doesn't really matter. But, so I guess if I want to prevent that from happening, what I need to do is update all the other ones too, probably. So I need to like download them all and update the base key on every single language, and then do like a mass upload, right? That's my guess. So it's not a perfect way to do this, I guess. I don't know how else to. I don't know how else I'm supposed to do it. I guess this is why it's better to do a GitHub repo, probably. Yeah. So I can commit these, and then see I can like update from the repo with new commits. So I can like edit the base list of keys and stuff, and then push a change, and then I think that all works. I do apologize to everybody that about the keys that just got erased, but let's see, what is this? No one running free in the Greek geek translation. Yeah, you can't put multiple things in a suggestion. Those are good points. All right. Well, I'll try and prevent that from happening again. With the deleting the other strings, because that's kind of a bra moment. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's really what happened here. I bet if I went into one of these other languages that was translated, I really don't remember which one was though. You go look back at the stream, because I want to see if like the key is still in there. You know, I have an inkling that it may be. What I could do, honestly, is just add, maybe in the future I have catch rate as a new key. I might, actually. So what I think I'll just do right now is just go into here and just re-add that new translation key. Right? And then I think what that theoretically will... No. It did not recreate it. So I don't know... Let me get rid of this key then. I don't really want this anymore then. Okay. I don't know why it shows that Steam. Oh, that's just for English. Never mind. Huh. Well, I think the play then is going to be the repository. Yeah. I think it's just going to be a lot easier, because then what I can do is I can run like a big bulk edit on all of these at once. The problem is like doing it through the website, I have to download it, edit it, and upload just one at a time, but then as soon as I do that, it breaks all the others. So what I should do instead, I think, is have it downloaded on my computer as a repository so that I can edit it. Then I can make my change, commit my change to GitHub, go into here in operations, and then pull the new change and hit update. Right. And that's the way to do it, because then I can make sure that it's going in one big batch. So yeah. Yeah, it shows us the things that I did in here. So, well, I apologize for the one, Oh, why does it show that this isn't approved anymore? So does it get rid of its approval status when I do that? Did that happen? I don't know if that same thing would happen if I directly edited the repository, though. I think that would be a little different. Well, this is why we back up before I make these changes and stuff. It seems like it's okay right now. I don't think I broke any of these other keys, hopefully. Let's just go through and make sure. Yeah, these are still there. Some of these are still there. Those ones. Those ones. Those ones. Those ones. All the fish. Reset minigame tutorials, and then percent catch rate. Looks like these are already translated, so someone just put them in. Okay. Well, it's all right. I'll be careful. Yeah, I think we will do that for the GitHub repo. It's just going to be better that way. So I'm pretty sure we just go in here and there's like, might be API access or something, settings, workflow. I know there's some area inside of here where we can set up GitHub. You'd think it'd be in here, but I don't think it's this one. Synchronize. That's the danger zone. Probably don't want to mess with those. What we work on today after this, we're going to get started on the like a new fish price balancing system. Just kind of a way to automate it so I'm not like accidentally making fish very unfair. So we'll go over that here in a minute. I'm just trying to see how I'm supposed to do that. I know there's a way somewhere in here to set up GitHub. Might be API access, which, well, okay. Oh, those are all public keys anyways, it's okay. Yeah, you have to create the manual key. Okay. But yeah, I think, okay, well, since it's obscured anyways, I think this is where we do it. Maybe? No, that's like for access control. That's not the same thing. I probably should have added that a bit earlier. Yeah, I should have. I just, I don't know. I didn't think about it initially, but it would be a good idea to do now. I don't know where that, like, setting is to set up. Thought it was in here or something. Components. Maybe I have to do it manually for each component. I could look it up. Weblate GitHub VCS. Right here. Okay. Yeah, so we'll have to do, okay, it's in manage. That's where it's at. I don't know if those keys are private, so I gotta be careful. Where's that? Projects. Oh, there it is, the little wrench icon. Okay, those are just the public ones anyway, so it's safe. But yeah, this is where I think I can do it. I have to set up like SSHing. Then there's the repositories section. It's got to be in here. Update status. Yeah, add a host key. Alerts. Users. Teams. Appearance. Tools. Automatic suggestions. Oh yeah, these are like machine translation stuff. I don't think I want to do these. That seems like a slippery slope. There's also these add-ons. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep looking into it. I don't want to do all this while I'm streaming, because if I create a private SSH key, I can't show that on stream, so you guys won't be able to see me do anything anyways. So yeah, we're gonna not do that. So yeah, we'll do it through GitHub. That way I can just like edit. So I can just push stuff to the repo and then go into that panel and pull the new changes. And I really do think that should hopefully retain all of our info so it doesn't get corrupted. It is going to suck if every time I edit a string, it's going to remove all of our reviewal status. I guess it'll probably just be for that one string. Which makes sense, I guess, that it would need to be re-reviewed anyways, so that's okay, probably. It's probably a good thing. So TI 870 on YouTube, welcome in. How's it going? So Yeah, you create a SSH key, grant this user access. Okay, I have to create a bot account. Oh, that's with a dedicated user. There's also a personal token. So that's another option. Working with a single repository, which I think is our case here, so that might be okay. Oh, but I guess you can just like do it in here, a webhook. Oh, that's for notifications. Never mind. Well, it doesn't seem like too bad. This is outlining like 5 different ways to do it for different websites already. So it probably means that's pretty easy if this is the only section on GitHub. All right, I'll go look into that another time. But it's good to know that I think will work. It's just editing the base keys. It is unfortunate that I deleted those couple translations for that one key. I do apologize, but oh well. Okay. But we should be okay now. Let me just go make sure that everything is still fine in here. I really don't want everything to be broken. So that seems good. It does have read-only strings. I don't know what those are. Oh, they're the glossary terms. I don't know what these glossary terms even are, do. I feel like they shouldn't even be there. Okay, but everything else is okay, right? Like all of our languages are still here. French, German. Yeah, everything's still fine. We'll download the translations today and test it out just to make sure that everything is normal, just in case. But I'm pretty sure it will be okay. But that's the whole reason we backed up the project. If there is like a really big issue, we can easily fix it. So it's not a big deal. What are my notifications? Email is not configured properly. Reboot required. Okay. I'm guessing rarity, weight, and catch location will affect the earnings. Maybe the water type could affect it. In the future, you might want to add size, which also might affect it. Yeah, we're gonna mess with all of this stuff. Should be pretty straightforward right now. I don't know if like salt water will specifically affect it. We're gonna go into it right now though. So, because I think saltwater and freshwater are gonna be kind of equal in all the new zones that get added now. Like we just added a new freshwater area, the jungle, so the next one's gonna be another saltwater place. It's just gonna kind of have that back and forth. So I think what I'm gonna do for this, the way we're gonna calculate these prices, is I'm gonna assign each fish a tier. They're gonna have like a level assigned to them, and that's gonna kind of be the number where we figure out all of their pricing, right? And we will factor in rarity into that as well. So tier is going to start at 1. And that's going to be, let's do tier 0 as the pond, right? So all the pond stuff is tier 0. And then we get into the lake stuff, which is going to be tier 1. And we'll change the multiplier depending on what our tier is, you know? So it's kind of the way it's going to work, I think. I have to make sure that I'm doing all the correct fish in here. River's going to be tier 2. Yeah, this way I don't have to manually define value and all this stuff. Because I just want things to be somewhat consistent. Obviously, there will be variation between fish. So, like, one guy is going to have a little bit of a different price or value than the other. Okay, and then it's instantly jungle stuff. Where's the ocean? Yeah, I need to organize the fish in here better. I need to like open up our regions table and just have that as a reference, right? For the order of these guys. Make sure they're all in order. Take a screenshot of that. Screenshot of the lake. Screenshot of the river. Oops. And a screenshot of the ocean. And the jungle. Alright, now we got all the screenshots. So I can go edit all those. Yeah, I'll also have some like ways to make certain fish a little more valuable or less valuable too. I'm gonna have like another stat that we can assign. That's just like a price multiplier. Just so like if I want a guy to be just a tiny bit more valuable for some reason, I can do that. So it'll be more consistent and more automatic, but I still will have the ability to tweak things if I want to. So I think this will be the best way to go about the pricing stuff. Hopefully people don't think it makes the game like boring. We'll see. So I'm just gonna reorganize these to be in the same order. It's gonna be a lot easier. It's goldfish, minnow, bluegill, carp. Okay, so those are all good. Oh, then also I want to grab the other fish here, right? So I want to get the tadpole, snail, and scrimp. Tadpole, scrimp. We get these guys. Put them back up in the pond. Alrighty. And I might also change potentially pricing depending on the method that they're caught by too. We will see. I might just set some manual pricing stuff on these, just so that the first pond fish that you catch through the crab pots aren't worthless. But then eventually, like when you're in the jungle zone, you're gonna have pretty good crab pots anyway, so it makes more sense for them to be kind of equal with regular fishing. Okay. So those are good. On to the lake. So we got the bluegill, which I think is a duplicate of one pond. Yeah, there's a little bit of overlap on some of these areas, but it's fine. Carp, which is overlap. Tilapia, channel catfish, rainbow trout, northern pike. Oh yeah, and also the cat underscore fish. Is that not in the lake? Is that in the river now? It may be. Let's go take a look at that. Hey, Darth. Welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing? Oh, that's in the river, yeah. Okay, back into the items table. Yeah, this is why I want to sort these. It's just, sometimes it's a little confusing. Okay, those are sorted. So we got rainbow trout, northern pike, and then crayfish and the diving beetle. Two guys here. So diving beetle and crayfish. Northern pike. Right there. Do you have plans on adding different versions of fish? Kind of like in Pokemon Go where you catch shinies, and I don't know if I'm gonna really do that kind of thing. I probably will add like species variants of fish, but I don't know if I really like the system of just the same fish, but a funny little stat modifier that makes it more valuable for some reason. Like, it's fine. Some games that do that, it can be cool, but there's so many fish that we get to create and add to the game. I think it would be more cool to just make each like rare variant of a fish just a different fish, if that makes sense. So maybe like the base fish is just a normal, like, and almost in a way that's like what the catfish is, where it's like an offshoot of the regular catfish, sort of. But like if we have like a goldfish, maybe like a rare variant is the albino goldfish, you know? And I think that would be more fun in my opinion, because it's like a visually distinct fish, instead of it just being fish but with a funny star next to it that makes it valuable. So I think that's probably going to be the play about how I go about that. So yeah, we will do like variations, but it's gonna be more in like a real species or like genetic modification sense instead of just you know, slapping on a star and calling it a day. All right, next is the river. A whole bunch of these. Okay, so this one has the catfish. Where's the catfish? Oh, it's got the channel catfish, right? Sockeye salmon, walleye, a largemouth bass, eel. Then this one is sorted before and doesn't really matter. I'm not going to do that. Okay, then we got the axolotl, corridora. Those are the two uniques here. Yeah, I'm kind of moving these guys in, like the pot fish in with just the regular groups of fish, because it's really confusing how they're in their own section right now. It's so stupid. So back up here, we've got the catfish, then after axolotl and corridora. Okay, we're getting there. Ocean. Every one we go through gets easier. So herring, mackerel, bluefin, mola mola. Easy. Then quahog, red king, frogfish, and stonefish. All right. All right, stonefish, frogfish, king crab, quahog. Okay, go put those in with the ocean guys. This is really just for my own organization. It's not really like anything, but it's fine. And then these guys, the jungle. Let's say end region down there. All right, we've done it, guys. Now everything is sorted better. And I think I have the zebra pleco after. Let's put the mata mata last because he's the most valuable guy. And then the bristle nose and the zebra bristle nose. Okay, so we're gonna have to kind of change the way that we access these values for this, unfortunately. Because I think sometimes I grab these raw values here, right? Which is not a good thing to do. So I want to check wherever I grab value. Match case. And I guess I want to say dot value like that. Okay, so there's really not many places where that happens then, which is good. But yeah, I can't just say like get value anymore because that's not a thing. So if we make this change, right? So I want to only call calculate fish value, right? Because that's just the better way to do it. And same, I think we have the same thing with calculate like fish income. Instead of saying calculate, I might just say get fish income. I use this in a couple spots. Yeah, we're going to change it to get fish value because it'll just be easier for me to remember. I want to be consistent with my function naming. Now let's go fix all these. Get fish value. Get fish value. And get fish value. So now we shouldn't have any more calculate fish value references. All right, cool. So whenever I say dot value here, that's where we want to do the other thing. So this is in my sorting functions that I do this here. So yeah, we're just going to say if instead of getting item data, so what is this? This has names. I want to do the values on these, right? So I'm going to have to pass in the IDs. Now, I don't know if these item panels have IDs, how that works. I think it's the item panel IDs, right? So inside of item panel, is it fish ID? Okay, it's item ID. So back inside of here, we can change those. So instead of saying a.itemdata.value, I say or get fish value a.id, right? item ID is equal to b dot item ID. Hopefully that works. Can we already see this? Yeah, this running. Yeah, I can. We'll open it up in just a second here, and I can show you. It's a playable project, so that's cell value. That's why this is all sorting by that. Let's put this in here. And then am I still accessing value? No, that's it. So this one is fine because I'm gonna change this function significantly. So I'm just gonna put like to do change. Same with the calculate fish income. We're gonna do the same thing that we did before, where we say instead of calculate, rename it to get fish income. So we'll do that. Because yeah, not every fish is gonna have that value stat as something there. I probably will have like a base value stat that we multiply, right? So I think the base one will probably be like $4 or something. So yeah, anyways. But yeah, this is Lured In. It's a aquarium management game. So you can go travel to different regions and catch fish. We'll wait for a fish here to be caught. Yeah, we're just working on kind of creating a new system for automatically deciding the fish values and prices. Because right now all the prices are just manually entered in, and it's kind of really time consuming for me. And also I think it ends up just being very unbalanced. So I want to implement a way to kind of automatically determine them in a way that's a lot more fair to people. And it'll also make getting a rare legendary fish feel way more epic. So this is how it is. You play this little mini game. I need to fix a bug with that too. And then you catch a fish. Boom. Then you can go back into your aquarium, put the fish that you catch over into one of your tanks here. So yeah, that's how it works. And then now I'm making passive income for my customers. I can buy different upgrades, a whole bunch of stuff. I can buy decorations if I want. But yeah, it's coming along. The demo comes out tomorrow, so that'll be cool. I am a little concerned about that, but hopefully it'll be okay. We'll see. Alrighty, so go ahead and do this now. So we're getting base value here. That's fine because everything will have a base value. Actually, no, because I don't want anything to have a base value now that I think about it. Because I want that to be an override now, right? So instead of saying value 2, we're going to get rid of it. And I'm going to say is now an optional price override, right? In case I want a fish that's like worth $0 or something, you never know. So if I specify that, it becomes that. Otherwise, it ignores it and does its own calculation. So I'm just going to do this. We will still calculate our multiplier and stuff, but I'm going to say if item data dot get value. So if we have an override value, then I want to say return this one. And here, let's actually grab it to see if our value is equal to that. Put it on paste. And then if value, we return value times multiplier. Otherwise, if we don't have a value, we're just going to return whatever. It's like 4 times multiplier. And then we're going to run some other things. We're going to kind of map our rarities to a multiplier. So like if it's a rare fish, it's worth double. And if it's legendary, it's probably worth like 4 times. Stuff like that. And then that's also where we figure out the cash values too. So this is just value. So this is just how much the fish sells for. So that's going to be a little different than income. Income I don't want to scale up as insane as value, right? Value should like each like tier should like multiply by 10. Like it should be exponential. But this income should not be exponential. That should be like linear. So Have I ported Starground to anything other than Steam? I do have the demo for Starground on Steam, or I mean on itch, but that's pretty much it. Honestly, I think it's just really difficult to port Starground. It's such a big, like, complicated game. And with multiplayer and stuff, there's no way it would ever work on web because I have to rely on Steam's multiplayer API and stuff to work. So yeah, that's why I don't have it. I have this demo here, but it's not a web build. It's just like a downloadable exe. So, but yeah, I never really ported it anywhere. I don't think it would ever be able to be ported to mobile. I just don't think that would work. It would be very bad. So, but Lured In, luckily, is a small game, and a web build is feasible. So that's pretty nice. Anyways, okay, so what's the normal sell value on these guys? I want to get like a basis for tier 0, right? So for tier 0, these guys all sell for 4. So, except the minnow, which actually sells for less, which is 2. That's interesting. Well, let's just set a base value of 4. You know, it's kind of arbitrary that the minnow would sell for less anyways. It feels a little unfair because you like early game, it would just speed up that initial hump of getting your first tank. So you might as well just ignore that. All right. So we're just going to have a couple stats here of our base value. It's going to be 4. And then we're going to multiply this by tier. So the way that I kind of do this is like each price is multiplied by 1.5. So I guess it is sort of exponential. But if you look at these fish prices, like if we go into items table. So the first fish value is 4. And then the next batch of guys in here, these guys are worth a lot more. So it goes from $4 to $200. So you can see that clearly, like the ramp up there is insane. Oh, those are actually never mind. These are the pot fish. But here it goes from 4 to 50 for like a standard guy, right? So we can kind of calculate what that rate of increase is. So it's going to be like 4 times x to the power of something, basically. Let's see, x to the power of 4. And we're going to add it on there. That's not really what I want. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I think it's our base value times something to the power of something, right? And that's going to be kind of our rate of increase. I just want to say 4 plus that. So we start at 4, and then at tier 1, that only goes to 5. So it's going to be really hard to visualize this ramp here, unfortunately, because it's going to be so sharp that it's kind of not, you know, I can't really visually represent it very easily. So that's fine. So basically, this seems to be like an increase of almost like 10 times every time, right? So it goes up to 40 there, and then when we're down here in the river, that immediately goes up to around like 200-ish. So that goes up quite a bit, right? So maybe not quite 10 times. Like maybe we go more like 8 times or something. So it goes from 4 to 32. And then 32 times 8 is 256, right? And then the next iteration after, and this is per 1 weight, by the way, without any rarity multipliers and stuff. And then you get into the ocean, and those guys are even more, so that'd be 256 times 8. And that might even be not enough, right? Yeah, it's hard to say. Because the rate at which the values of travel multiply a lot. So yeah, we might have to do even more than that. It's kind of hard to say. It really does seem to be kind of just multiplying by 10, doesn't it? I think the river is just kind of a weird exception why it's not the same rate. Because that kind of makes sense. So you go to 40, and then this times another 10, which is 400, and then 4,000. And by the time we're in the ocean, it'll be up to 40,000. And that's, again, per one weight. What this will do is kind of make it so rare fish are much more valuable. So it'll probably all kind of balance itself out, hopefully. We'll see. Because we're going to do like some kind of like ×3 multiplier to the base weight for rare fish. So if you catch a rare heavy fish, which I think the arapaima is perhaps a rare heavy fish. Yeah. That means that you're going to get 80,000 times 4, which is $320,000 for this guy. So it really does make the rarity system actually matter a lot more, which I think is a good thing. Okay, so how do we want to do this then? Basically, we're just going to say, I do the same thing with like the upgrade values inside of like the item panel, for example. All right, so if we go in here, I think it's whenever I'm calculating the value of things in here, like the cost of our upgrades, or not item panel, it's, yeah, the upgrade panel. And I might have a function to calculate that, I don't remember. Yeah, calculate upgrade cost, and this is how I do it. So I get the base cost times our cost scaling to the power of our level. So basically what we can do here then is say 4 times our cost scaling, which is going to be 10 to the power of x. And for now, let's just put in c. So let's say our tier is 0, right? It starts off at just the base cost. Then we go to the lake, and our tier is 1. Now that's 40. Then 400, 4,000, 40,000. So it just keeps going up like that. So I think that should be a good rate of increase. So let's go ahead and just copy this line. Then back down to calculate fish value or get fish value. Alrighty. So it's going to be like this. So we're going to save our tier multiplier, right, is equal to 1. And then I'm going to get the base value. Yeah. Times power, but not that stuff. It's going to be 10 to the power of our item data dot tier. Hopefully that'll do it. So we don't need tier multiplier, I guess. Yeah, just get rid of that. Hey, Condiment Colonel, how's it going? Am I doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Just working on some like a new automatic system right now for balancing the fish values. So, yeah. Did you know you can export curves in Godot? Yeah, curves are really nice. I don't know, that is a possibility for us to use a curve here, but I don't know. It might be more performant probably for us to do a mathematical formula just because it means that we're not having to do any sampling on a curve, and it could be potentially a little bit slow because we are going to be accessing this function a lot. So, but yeah, either way works. I mean, I don't know, could do a curve. I kind of just really like being able to like set the number here and just change it, like just see it go up with a formula instead of a curve. But yeah, both are valid routes. Don't you need to add 1 before multiplying so the pawn doesn't give 0? Nah, so when you do to the power of here, it's going to always return 1 even if you do 0 because that's just how power is. So like if we do, right, 10 to the power of 0, it's going to return 1 as the multiplier. So it just becomes 4 times 1, which is still 4. So we should be good. That's why I started the tier at 0 instead of 1. Yeah, and then we multiply it by the multiplier, which is like our ascension bonus multiplier. Yeah. So I think that's it. So we have to go through and get rid of all the previous value tags instead of every fish now. Yeah, I think this will be a really good thing. And then the next thing we add on to that value calculation is the rarity. So if it's a rare fish, we're gonna like double the value you get out of it. And then we're also gonna multiply that value by the weight of the fish too. That's the next thing. Yeah, I think this will just be a lot easier for me developing, and also hopefully should be a bit more fair for players. Like, it's just gonna like map better to the rate at which your income increases and stuff like that, which I think is important. Because before it was pretty arbitrary, right? Where it's just like, yeah, this guy's like this much money, I guess. Like, it's not really fair. Let's get all of this gone. All right, make sure all the values are commented out. All right, so now value is going to be exclusively controlled by that new function. Let's go try it out. And I don't think I'm accessing value anywhere else, so I'm only using the get fish value function, so hopefully we don't get any errors where the game crashes. I don't have any fish. Hold on. Give all one. Now, the values here are going to be pretty skewed because I have some Ascension, I think. I'm going to say Ascension 0 or whatever. Okay, that's not what I want. I want to reset my... Let me go into the commands. There's a way for me to reset how much Ascension what my Ascension bonus is. Unless that's the one that just did it. Oh yeah, that did reset it. Okay. Oh, right, because that sets my total Ascension gained. All right. Now, I don't know why these guys... Oh, I haven't set tiers on them. That's why I was wondering, like, why are they worthless? Hold on. Make a formula for the earnings too. Yeah, we're going to do that here in just a second. This is just kind of starting off to make sure that this works, but then we're going to move on to the passive income also. See, I didn't give this guy a tier. See, what I could do actually is give these guys, the potfish, like the next tier. And that way it would be kind of fair. Because otherwise they're going to have a tier of 0. But it's too worthless. Yo, off the rails, thank you for the hydrate. Much appreciated. I'll actually give them a... Thank you. A tier of 2, I think. Just because by the time you get access to them, they're worth a lot more. Or they should be worth a lot more. And then these guys are all tier 1. Now for crayfish, I don't want to go too insane on these guys. I think I might keep them at tier 2. And then after that, it'll kind of like merge in with the rest of the tiers. So like, yeah, these guys, the river guys, should all be tier 2. And the catfish is going to be tier 2. The axolotl, tier 2. The corridora, tier 2. And everything's going to be tier 3. Tier 3, tier 3. Because I don't want it to be where just like the potfish are far superior to the fish that you catch when you fish normally. Because that feels a little like boring. Where it's just like, well, okay, why would I ever bother fishing if every single time I go to a new zone, the potfish are going to be far superior, right? So I don't want that to be the case with this. Because otherwise it just feels a little stupid. A little stupid. Alright, and that's all of the jungle fish, right? Airplane, electric eel. Alrighty, so every single fish should have a tier now. If we go ahead and check on these values now, they should scale. And then the next thing we're going to do is scale the value depending on the weight of the fish, but only a little bit. I think I don't want it to be like a fish of weight 5 has 5 times more value, because that's maybe a little bit unfair. It will have a slight increase, but it'll be kind of more controlled. So let's just sort by sell value. So now we can go through all these guys and look at their values. So these guys are pretty cheap, of course. And these guys are going to get a massive value boost. Oh, don't worry. And I can also go ahead and just manually set his tier too, right? Like, it doesn't have to be locked to being only the pond or whatever. Carp. These guys are at 40, which is a little lake fish. And see, like, this guy's going to have, like, double the value because he has 2 weight. Or at least, like, a little bit more. Not quite double, but... And I might even increase the base amount from, like, 4 up to 5 and stuff like that. So we'll see. And then all these guys, these are the lake fish. We got the... Oh, the river fish has not changed. Oh, wait, no. These are the river fish. And these guys... This guy, the pike, yeah. My bad. There's just a lot of river fish. And then the ocean fish are 4K, and the jungle fish are 40K. So yeah, that's a pretty good rate of increase. So let's make it better now. Is there a sort option for their tier? I don't have like a tier sort because it's kind of not something I want people to know about, if that makes sense. But we'll have... There's still a bunch of sorting options in there. You can sort by just the sheer number of their sell value. You can sort by their rarity type. You can sort by their weight. There are a bunch of different things. All that stuff's already in the game. The tier is kind of more like an internal thing for me to set versus like something everyone should know about, I guess, if that makes sense. But I don't know, maybe one day I'll make it the thing that you can sort by and stuff, but it's kind of confusing. Like, what does tier mean to a player? So that's why I think it's best to just like sort by real things that like are tangible, you know. Okay, so let's add some new things in here. So next up, we want to multiply by weight. So we're gonna get the weight. So for our item data dot weight. And I want to say like that divided by 2. And we're going to say ceiling I. So let's say our weight is 1. It'll divide by 2, but it'll seal back up to 1. Right? So that works. Now let's say that our weight is 3. So we divide that by 2, it'll seal back up to 2 times. But if our weight is 4, so that means like if we have like a crazy heavy fish that's like 2 weight, it's only going to be capped at like a 3 times molt. So it's not going to be this enormous increase. Like, I don't want somebody to catch a really heavy fish and it be worth 50 times more than any other fish in the game. That's kind of just a little crazy. So we're going to say var weight molt. And we're just going to return this multiplied by weight molt. This one goes pretty hard, guys. Just like that. Now we should see that heavier fish have kind of skew toward being more valuable. I think it's just nice because it's still like a consistent system. So like theoretically then it's always best to sell your lighter fish than your heavier fish, I guess. We'll get into what makes sense with that. So yeah, this guy you can see he's heavy. So he has a value of 80,000 versus like the less heavy guys or the jungle. Like same with the bluefin tuna here. He's like a pretty valuable guy. Let's go see what he was worth before. So he's now worth 8K. So before he was worth 10K. It's pretty close to what these guys were worth before, but it's just kind of been now snapped to like a more consistent system. So now we can see the new most valuable fish to sell is the arapaima, right? And these guys, I might want to increase like a little bit more. It's hard to say. But anyways, he's going to get another big, massive boost because he's going to be he's a rare fish, so he's going to get another big thing. So let's go back into that function again. So for rare fish, I think I want to double this multiplier. right? So our rarity molt, we'll just say is 1 by default. And now we're gonna match item data dot rarity, match global dot rarities dot rare, right? And then global dot rarities dot legendary. So if it's a rare fish, rarity molt is going to be 2 times, and if it's a legendary fish, there's only a couple, so I really want this multiplier to be huge. Because if you catch a rare fish, it should be worth a lot of money. So we're going to do like 16 times molt on that, and that should be pretty nice. So let's go see what this looks like. And yeah, I probably will make some of those rare fish possibly like a whole new tier of value. We'll see. Anyway, so now you can see that this guy should be worth more, I thought. Oh, I forgot to actually apply the rarity molds. Hold on. That would help if I did that. Reload. All right, so now we can see the new values for everybody. So these rare guys, like the axolotl and beta and stuff, are worth more now. So if we go by sell value, right? We've got the Arapaima at 160k. So let's go see what the Arapaima was at before, right? So before it was 100,000. So you can see now the Arapaima has gotten like a boost to its sell value. The Matamata also sells for a nice chunk. And the bristlenose, these guys are all normal because they're just common fish. So you get down into here, these are ocean fish. They should be getting a boost as well. They're not like quite as much as these guys just because they're huge. So I might want to even increase that molt even more for those guys. And you can see the catfish with the 16 times multiplier is worth a lot. It's worth just as much as the ocean fish, just because of its rarity. We probably see like the pup fish is going to have another really big value increase. So it's been significantly nerfed, the value of the fish right now. And that's something I need to think about. Like, do we want to manually override the Devil's Hole pup fish to be worth more, right? I don't know. It's hard to say. Because I don't want to ruin the balance of the game. One thing I am a little worried about is like, if somebody gets this fish at the very beginning in the pond, just instantly, then, and if it's worth like $100,000, it kind of ruins the whole game. Like, it means that you can just buy all the upgrades, and it's like, you skip past so much progress. And this actually happened. Adagon played through the game, the playtest, and got 2 Devil's Hole pupfish, like really quickly. And I was like, whoa, that's never happened. But I think it makes me realize that, like, when you have odds like these, right, percentages that can happen, like, it seems like it's really rare and would never happen. And maybe that's almost true on like a small, like, individual scale. But when you look at the collective, like, if there's going to be 1,000 people playing this game, there's going to be at least a couple people that their first ever fish is going to be a Devil's Hole pupfish, right? Which is kind of bad. I don't know if I want that to happen. Or, like, it's okay if it does happen, but I want to make sure that, like, it's not going to be a value that completely ruins the balancing of the entire game. You know what I mean? So yeah, I might, even though it seems silly that his value is so much less, I think it's probably going to be safer. And later on, I want to implement mechanics that lets you like increase the value of older fish from the pond and stuff, so he will become valuable again later on. But at least initially, I don't want to instantly break everything. So All right, but yeah, I guess we can move on then to the passive income. So it looks like the base income for guys is 1 per minute, which feels fine, I think. So let's go into here now. So over to calculate fish income, which we're going to change to get fish income. Get fish income. And let's go search for calculate fish income. Change that to get fish income. That one. Get fish income. Okay, I think that's all the cases where I check for that. This one I don't even use anymore, so because I just say calculate tank income. So yeah, I think we're good. So that one's a little easier. Also, something I want to check is if anybody is accessing passive income. Yeah, so we can see that there's a couple spots where that happens. So, like what we did before with this stuff, we just need to do the same thing. Instead of checking this, we want to say a.item ID. And instead of fish value, we say fish income. Change that over here to B. Change these guys. And I think that's it. Yeah. Alrighty. So yeah, we should be good to go now. Back into our function for that now. So sort of what we had over here before, which is if we have passive income, right? We just return it. And now we also do take into account like this. This is whole thing here. So what are we saying? We're getting the levels of our merchandise upgrades. Okay. So I'm going to change this to be var merch molt. Right, is that? Okay. And then now down here, we'll multiply this times merch molt. So instead of returning passive income now, we're going to do the same thing that we did over here, basically. Where we're going to, instead of doing weight multiplier now, which we will actually still do weight and rarity multipliers, but we say multiplier and merch multiplier at the end. Okay. And then base value, base income now is going to be 1. Like that. And then let's go calculate weight mult again, which right now I'll just make it like kind of the same. Yo, Ryan, thank you for the spin. I might possibly, I don't know, maybe not do weight multiplier the same. Right now I'm dividing it, but we could just keep it at whatever it is. Maybe it would be more fair. Hard to say. We'll have to experiment. Okay, so right off the bat, this should be basically what we need. Now, the rate at which these values increase is a little bit funny. You can see that the first guys start off being like, so this guy, passive income is 1. And then if you go over to the lake, you can see passive income is 2. So it kind of keeps like doubling. And then if you go over to the sockeye salmon, passive income is, it's 4, but actually it's because the weight is 2 on those guys, right? So yeah, see, this is one of the reasons I wanted to do this, because it's kind of like, it makes these fish really not worth it. Because the sockeye salmon is the same passive income as the tilapia. So you get all these weird edge cases where there's like this one fish that for some reason is accidentally way better than all the other ones. So generally it seems like it's most of the time like a double in increase. So it goes like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. And that feels about right because each like the cost and stuff to go to the successive regions is on like a 10 times multiplier. Which is good. So it means there is eventually like a spot where you kind of reach like it becomes harder to travel to places, which is good. All right, so let's go check what these values are, shall we? So this guy's a passive of 45 a minute. Oh, hold on. I forgot to actually comment out all the passive income things. I was like wondering like, wait a minute, that seems like what it was before. Okay. So get rid of that. Let's just keep going down the list. Passive income. So it was 16 for that guy. So the pupfish is going to have a really good passive income. So that is something, though, that is interesting here. Is that legendary fish, their cash value might not be super insane, but their passive income will be pretty good. So they will still definitely be worth it just for that fact alone. So let's just comment out all of these. But yeah, I might decrease that multiplier a little bit because if you get a 16 money per minute fish, I mean, it is very rare, so I think it's probably mostly okay. I just don't want the cash value one to ruin it because, like, if you get a fish that has really high passive, it's fine because you can still, like, you're still buying the upgrades manually and working through the stuff, even if you have a really good fish. But if you just instantly get, like, $200,000 to sell, then that's kind of bad. To be fair, I don't think most people would sell a legendary fish if they got one, but, you know. All right, so let's see where we're at. So this has definitely changed things quite a bit now, as you can see already. So let's sort by passive income. We're just going to go through all these. So it starts off being really low at 1 per minute for each of these guys. And the carp is double the size. So he has 2 per minute. For some reason, it's not multiplying this by the rarity on the koi there. Oh, but the koi is from the pond, so he gets... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, he has pretty good passive. Why is that printing out ha down there? I have to go see why or what's doing that. And the tadpole, they're like at a different tier, so it makes sense. Yeah, 4 per minute. The walleyes, these guys are heavier, so they're worth more. Then you get into the ocean guys. So at weight 1, this guy makes 8 a minute, right? Because you can fit a lot of them in one tank. Then these are the rare fish from the river, so they're going to be worth quite a bit. And you can see the pike is worth a lot because he's 3 weight. Yeah, it just keeps going up. So now these zebra plecos are kind of definitely nerfed, which I think is a good thing. Because they were a little bit too powerful before. And like, let's look at what all these were. So the Matamata before was like 32. What about just a standard guy? The Prana was like 18. So that's actually pretty good balancing because he only changed by 2 points. He's 16 now. Also, why is this showing everywhere? That's a bug. We'll fix that. King crab. And he's set to the same... Oh, but he has a weight of 2. So yeah, he's not as efficient, right, as some of these jungle guys are. And you can see, look at that. The Devil's Hole pupfish has an insane passive income. It's basically competitive with a standard jungle fish. So, still extremely good. I don't think making that change to the price is really ruining it. And like you can see these guys, like they are worth a lot, but also the thing is that they're like the heaviest fish. So you look at something like this instead, like the catfish here, that's actually an insane passive on him. Yeah, I might have to lower that a little bit away from 16 times. He's the same passive as the Arapaima, which is also a rare fish. That feels a little too crazy, in my opinion. I think I should at least have that molt. Right. Oops, did I just do... Yeah. Maybe we go to like 6 times instead. Because it's a little bit insane, I'm not gonna lie. Let's serve my passive income again. So now that's down to 48, and that feels a lot better. Yo, thank you for the cheese time. Rails, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I like how these prices are looking. Obviously, I have to like play through the game and test them, but I just think from just thinking about how these prices are set up, I do think this will be a good rate for everything. So, but yeah. Yo, Captain Krabs, welcome in. Cheese, yeah, we got the cheese going on. Yeah, he's chilling in here. So we're making 100 a minute just from him. Then if we had other upgrades and stuff, we don't have any customers, so duh. Now if we add customers, you can see my cash per minute goes up quite a bit. So yeah, anyways. So yeah, I think we need to like play through the game again to really test these new values. Because it's hard to tell if these are going to be good or not right now, just based off of just first initial impressions, so... Yeah, this is really weird. I keep showing that when I close. I think I know what's happening with that. Let's go into the inventory menu. And then whenever we say... Get rid of that now. The variables down here, I think. Fishpedia hovered. It's going to say unchanged whenever we close it. I'm going to set that back to false. I think that's what's happening with this, is I close the menu and it thinks that the mouse hasn't exited the box. Let's see what it does. Let's go try it out. So now if I go in here, it only goes when I'm over that. No, I can just kind of make it glitch out, apparently. Well, that's not ideal. See, I hover over it, and then I hover off of it, and it's still active? I don't know what's going on there. Because I have some signals connected up for this. The tab container, I say mouse exited. On tab container, mouse exited. And then on here, I set it to false. That's a little frustrating. I don't know why it does that. I guess maybe what it is that it's this whole tab counts as a... Yo, thank you for the posture check and the wrist check. Drop the ball again. Constantly dropping the ball, guys. Hydrate in the wrist check. Let's see. Welcome in. What font do you use in your game? Yeah, this is a font that I can't say that I 100% made it, but I took a different font and I heavily modified it. It's almost everything has changed, so I guess you could mostly say it's my own font. But yeah, it's available on itch if you want to use it under Creative Commons. So it's free. Yeah, it's a nice little font. I've been adding a lot of different support for different languages and stuff to it. We've got all of English, Greek. This is Cyrillic, Greek. So yeah, coming along. And then recently I just added a bunch more Latin characters for languages like Vietnamese. So Great font. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, just free to use. Feel free to grab it if you want. What is this character? I have no idea. I don't remember drawing that one, but I must have. Free open source. I had to license it under Creative Commons. Otherwise I would have done CC0. But basically, yeah, do whatever you want with it. You won't get in any trouble. Is Godot basically C++ coding? No, it is not. Okay, okay, that makes sense. I was wondering, like, it's two different letters, yeah. Godot uses, by default, GD script, which is very similar to Python. You can also use C# if you want, so you have options in terms of what language you go with. So, yeah, you don't ever really do any raw C++ programming. The engine is programmed in C++, but it's not like something that you typically mess with ever. So, but yeah. Yeah, it feels a little bit more fair on that guy now. Yeah, it's I've enjoyed the language so far, honestly. Some people don't like GD script for some reason. Maybe just because it's dynamically typed, but you can just statically type stuff yourself, so it's not like a bad thing. Yeah, I don't know. But it's a pretty nice language. I really enjoyed Godot, the engine, and the language is easy to learn and use, I think. So some people don't like the syntax of Python, how you have like you don't have like curly braces to control code flow. It's all just in terms of like tab spacing, which I personally don't really mind or care. Some people hate it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. All right. So yeah, I guess this new value system seems to be good. Hopefully. Hopefully it's balanced. Yeah, well, I'm gonna play through the game tonight, and if I feel like anything is not balanced, I'll make some more tweaks, but I think it should be fine. It's really not that far away from what we had before, just kind of a little more balanced and fair. So I feel like if anything, it'll just be better. I don't think it would be worse, because it's not that much different. What it really does is it buffs large fish a lot, which is nice, because if you're putting in a large fish like this, that's 5 weight. He's taking up 5 spots that you could put 5 other fish in, right? So it does make a lot of sense that his passive income should be worth much more, right? Because that was one issue before, I think, with the old like cash balancing system, is the big fish were just not worth it ever, because they were just too heavy. So are you pretty much golden for the demo with all the content you want for the demo? I mean, I think pretty much. There were a couple things that I think would have been nice to include before the launch, but it's not a huge deal. I wanted to do like the larger shop layout and stuff, just because it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I think it'd make the game look cooler. But that's okay. I don't know. I'll definitely just add that as an update to the demo later on. You know, it's not like it's never going to happen now or something. So it doesn't really matter. I'm really focusing on like the first impression stuff, right? Because I'm just thinking like, the thing with demos is you get like a tiny little fraction to leave an impression on someone. Like I think most people only like play demos for like 10 minutes or something. So you've really got to keep that beginning experience super polished. And that's what I've been focusing on right now, is like tweaking all the values right now is what we're doing, like making sure that all feels balanced. Also like, you know what? I think I have a better idea on how to do that there. And like with the tutorial stuff that I just added in, I think that's going to be a big help to people playing the game for the first time, right? So they just know what they're supposed to do with these mini games. So yeah. Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot. The game's pretty stable. There really isn't any major issues or bugs as far as I know. There's, of course, little very minor stuff that can happen occasionally, but it's like usually just like a visual thing or doesn't really impact gameplay whatsoever, so it's not a problem. It's honestly so pleasant working on a game like this compared to something like Starground, because like that just wasn't a thing with Starground. Like there is so many bugs in Starground that are like critical game-breaking issues, and it's just so hard to fix them because of multiplayer. With this, I feel like I can actually eliminate bugs for good. They don't pop up anymore when I fix them, which is really nice. So, now is your rarities also automated? They're not, actually. So rarity is the one thing that I am going through and manually defining right now. But honestly, I might also make that automatically selected as well, because I have all of the chances of drops inside of the regions table. So like we can see that like the catfish, we can calculate what his drop rate is compared to the rest of these guys, right? So we could kind of automatically determine whether they should be rare or legendary and stuff like that, which I think would be kind of cool. But I'm not going to do that right now. I like having control over which ones are rare and stuff, so that's how I'm probably going to keep it for now. But definitely it is an option that we can explore soon. I don't think there's anything wrong with the way I've chosen rarity yet, you know? Like, it doesn't feel unbalanced to me, so I think it's okay. Usually, like, I think the rare fish is, like, it's got to be, like, a less than, like, a 25% chance for drop. But then legendary is usually like a less than 5% or like 2% chance. It's really small. There's only 2 legendary fish in the game right now. I do want to add in more, so yeah, maybe we'll take a look at doing that. So yes, multiplayer is still your favorite thing to do, right? Yeah, totally. I totally love doing multiplayer. Honestly, I don't like 100% mind multiplayer. Like, it's not that terrible, but it's just the, oh man, it's what you pair it up with, you know? So I don't know, like I think the problem with Starground was I did multiplayer and like it's fine or whatever, but then I also made an automation game and I did freaking dungeon crawling and fishing and destructible terrain and buildings and inventory systems. You know, you start to realize like, oh my god, trying to make all those systems integrate with multiplayer is the real problem. Not multiplayer itself, it's more just the stupid mistakes I made. That's the truth. So yeah, I will not do that again. Deadlift multiplayer when? I don't know, guys. I don't think we're going to do multiplayer for Deadlift. I do want to work on Deadlift soon. After the demo is out, it's finally going to be a good spot to do it. It's just been, like, constant, like, things I have to keep preparing for, but... And, like, we still obviously need to prepare for Next Fest, but we should have, like, a whole month now until then, so... That gives me a lot of breathing room to kind of relax and fix things. I really do hope people like the demo. I don't know, hopefully we don't get negative reviews and stuff and we get like a mixed demo rating. That would be terrible. But we'll see. Yeah, I have no idea how it'll do. I mean, generally I think most people seem to enjoy the game. But you know, you can't really make assumptions about stuff. How's wishlist looking? Yeah, wishlists are doing pretty good. They definitely slowed down. I haven't been able to like capture the lightning in a bottle that those 2 shorts were. You know, this is the thing with the algorithm is that it's so random and spontaneous. Like you can try and duplicate success, and you can be like, okay, this thing did really well, so I'm gonna do it again. But the thing is that the algorithm does not work like a human being. It doesn't look at your video and be like, oh, it's got the same stats, so it should do just as well, you know, and recommend it to people. it's like got these, it's a neural network. It's got connections and stats it's tracking that literally no one on Earth knows about, you know? So there's just some je ne sais quoi for certain videos, and the algorithm's like, yes, that's what I've been looking for. And then there's no way for anyone to ever know what it was looking for. So it really is just kind of pump out a bunch of shorts and hope they do well, I feel like. But yeah, this is where we're at now. We are at 6,500 wish lists, which is pretty good. And that's going into Next Fest. Well, not even yet. I mean, we're still a month away from Next Fest. So we've got, hopefully we can hit 7,000 before then, which honestly is pretty like good. I mean, that's a lot of wish lists. So I don't remember what Starground was at around this time, honestly. But you can see the wishlist velocity. Like recently, it's been doing pretty good. I've been careful about including comments about wishlist stuff in every single short, and I think that's helped keep like the rate of wishlist increase more consistent. But yeah, we can go look and see what like Starground wishlists are at and stuff. I have to be careful because it's also going to show financial information in that menu, so I don't want to show that off. That's a little private. I mean, the money it shows in there isn't even accurate, so it doesn't matter. I get like I get like a quarter of my gross earnings. Okay, let's see where we're at. So let's say like Starground almost was on like a similar timeline in a lot of ways. So like, okay, back in February, we started with like 100 wish lists. And then by this time, so let's say that we offset, I can see when I did Next Fest, it looks like, which was in June. So we honestly already have way more wish lists than Starground did, which is pretty epic. Yeah. So yeah, I'll show just this graph. You can see like when we started out in February, March, April, May. So, and that makes sense because I think I launched the store page for Lurdan around February too. So it's actually a very similar like timing. So it's May 17th right now. So we're already at like 3 times more wish lists than Starground has, right? Because we're at 6,500 and Starground only had 2,000 at this point. So that's already, I think, a very good sign that we're at 3 times the number of wish lists. So that's cool. And we haven't even hit Next Fest yet. After Next Fest, Starground shot up to around like 5,000, and it really ramped up the moment before full launch. And then on launch, wish lists don't really matter anymore, but of course it zoomed up into like a lot of wish lists, right? Into like 24,000. It's been kind of hanging around like 29,000, 30,000 right now. It's actually been dropping a little bit. Well, not really fully dropping. It's kind of stagnant. But that's to be expected. That's just what happens after you release a game, especially one that's been out for a couple years. You don't randomly keep building up this massive velocity wish list. So, yeah, let's see. Made Starground? Yes, I did. Yeah, I am the creator of Starground. So, get all the art, the programming, all of this stuff. A nightmare. Still is a nightmare. The goal right now is we're gonna try and finish Starground this year. Get it out of early access. I'm tired of it. Let's see. My side channel, let's give them all like 1,000. I decided not to show them to anyone. Yeah, like it's weird. The algorithm is weird. You can never really predict it. You can try. That's crazy. I've been seeing that game. Oh, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I've got another update planned out. So we'll be working on that eventually. Cares about his games. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I do care about Starground. As frustrating as it is working on it, I still do, you know, hold it dearly. Because obviously it's the first like big commercial project, and it's, you know, made me a little bit of money. So that's another bargaining chip that the game holds for me.
a reason to like it. It's definitely got problems, but every single game ever will always have problems, you know? And it's fine. Even the biggest games ever will have problems, you know? Look at something like, I don't know, some of the best games ever, in my opinion, like Terraria. Like, Terraria has problems. And those problems don't make it a bad game by any means, right? I mean, you can see it's got a million, over a million reviews, so... but yeah. It's all just about learning. I've already taken a lot of experiences from StarGround and kind of put that into Lured In. I think it's been a good thing. Because Lured In has been significantly easier for me to develop. It's just been smooth sailing. But StarGround was not smooth sailing, if I'm being real. It was kind of a lot of work. And multiplayer sucks, but I didn't know that going into it, so now I know, and that's the big thing. Full building games, yeah. Yeah, I do have all the streams and stuff for StarGround on there. That's why I like multicasting or multi-streaming to YouTube, because it means we get like a backlog, like a repository of all the old work of stuff, which I think is kind of cool. Let's see, I'm not going to dog on anyone specifically, but I've seen devs post videos about how they don't know why their game failed, but the game will be dead simple, like something that could be thrown together in 3 days. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that could cause a game to do bad. It really depends. Like, that's one of the most important things about being a game developer, is learning from your mistakes and moving forward. I think if you have that skill and you're able to learn from yourself, then you're like beating like 98% of everybody that's trying to make games, honestly. Because it's just so important. Like, it means every single game that you release, the next one gets easier and faster and better, right? And I think that's like so important. It's insane. But yeah. The amount of hours my kids have sunk in Terraria. I've spent so much time playing Terraria. Oh man. I used to play it for so long on console when I was younger. Like back in like 2014 and stuff, you know? I would play so much Terraria on console. I've probably sunk at least a couple thousand hours of console Terraria time. But yeah. It's just such a banger. And then I got it on PC and realized, like, oh, PC is actually way cooler of a version of Terraria. They had like seashells and stuff, and I was like, whoa, this is insane. So I'd like Terraria. You should check out Core Keeper. Yeah, I've seen Core Keeper around. I think I have it wishlisted. I do want to play it eventually. Definitely gives me like a lot of different vibes. Of course, Terraria heavily, I think, but also like a little bit of like Stardew Valley maybe, because you have like a base where you like keep animals and stuff. I don't know. I've never played it or anything, so I have no idea. But there's like sprinklers, so maybe a little sprinkle of Stardew in there. I almost didn't give Stardew, yeah, Stardew Valley a try, because someone told me to play a couple hours of it, and I love it. Yeah, I really like Stardew Valley. It's pretty fun. I still haven't done all the new stuff. There's like a whole new island you can travel to now, which sounds pretty insane. But I don't know, I just haven't played it yet. I really need to. I have a save where I've completed the community center, so I should just go try it out. Yeah, Stardew is another really fun game for sure. All the content updates over the years have been really awesome. It's even got multiplayer and stuff now, which is awesome. I don't even want to think about how many hours I sunk in that game across multiple platforms, so yeah. Crazy. Don't even get me started on Factorio, guys. I have thousands. Factorio is too cool. I do really want to work on I want to play the space exploration mod for Factorio 2.0. So at some point we will. Why do they put the crystal in the bottom? Are they stupid? What crystal? Oh, with Core Keeper? Why'd they put it all the way down to the bottom? I don't know, man. Who knows? 1.3 Terraria was the major boost. Yeah, that was a really epic version. There's been so much cool stuff they've added. I really appreciate the developers of Terraria for just how long they've been maintaining the game and still doing stuff. Like, you see a lot of devs kind of stagnate with things, you know, where they're afraid to make changes to their game. And it's always disappointing because change is good. It's how you can keep your fan base playing your game, you know? Like, Terraria still rebalances things and makes, like, big changes to stuff. Like, the whole new, like, a way that, like, sword slashing works in, like, the newer version of Terraria and stuff. Like, that's a big switch to how weapons work. And they were just like, yeah, we're just going to do it because it's cool and it's epic. And everybody's like, let's go. It's epic and cool. I'm glad that you made that change. You know? Developers are too afraid of changing their game. This is a thing that you can see so obviously with Minecraft. Like, Mojang never wants to... Like, they keep adding stuff, but they're never going to go back and change other things. They just won't. They're too afraid of their player base, which is silly. Even though, like, changing that stuff in Minecraft would make the game significantly better, in my opinion, they're just never going to do it. So, oh well. Stardew Valley dev maniacally redoing assets 10 times. Yeah, I feel that sometimes. That is also me. Sank a couple hours at Satisfactory and got recommended Starbound or Starground on stream. Yeah. Yeah, Satisfactory is really fun. Yeah, that's epic. Steam is doing its job. Yeah, Satisfactory is cool. I need to like finish it. I always start a game and it goes pretty well, but then around the time when I get up to like oil stuff, I just kind of stop playing. I don't know. But I really do want to finish the game. Gotta do it. Seen the game Necess? Yeah, I bought Necess and I played it a little bit. And it's pretty fun. Yeah, definitely Terraria coded. Yeah, I do like the RimWorld aspects. It's got like colony management stuff, which I think is really interesting. It's a pretty fun game. The only thing I kind of don't like about it is maybe like the UI. In my opinion, it's a little bit ugly and the font is kind of blurry for some reason, just because they don't do any like upsampling on their font. So that would be nice if that was fixed, but it is what it is. But yeah, this is a cool little game though. I do enjoy it. I still haven't even really scratched the surface with a lot of the content in here, I think, so yeah, it's not bad. Then I haven't heard of Zotoving. I've not. Well, it's not on Steam. Unless I spelled it wrong. Zotling. So is that what it's called, or is it something else? Oh, he's a developer. Oh, I misread. Yeah, I haven't heard of this person, I don't think. Unless I have. Honestly, sometimes I see a lot of this stuff just randomly, like on Reddit, and then I realize, like, oh yeah, I actually know everything about this game. You know? I just don't ever remember the developers. Oh yeah, this is the one where you smith your weapons, and I've seen this before. So, yeah, you actually get to like hammer your weapons, and it physically changes the shape, which is really cool. I've always thought like smithing and stuff and forging like that was a very cool thing. I enjoy a little bit of Alex Steele videos every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is pretty epic. Yeah, I have seen this around. Yeah, forging like that is really neat, being able to like... I really like games that do this kind of thing where it's like, they don't apply these like super strict definitions of stuff. Like this, you can just kind of forge whatever you want, and it just sort of works, you know. And it becomes a weapon. which is really cool. Because I think a lesser game would probably just like be like you slap it with a hammer and it just snaps into a sword, and that's kind of boring. I mean, I guess there's pros and cons to both like routes, but it is very cool. I guess is it out now? Oh yeah, it is out. Okay, that's pretty epic. That's probably how much learning would cost. Well, maybe $7.99. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Honestly, would be fun to try this out, maybe. Got peak vibes, just with the way the whole UI is and stuff, and the character customization screen. It's interesting to see like how influential Peak has been so far on the game industry. Like I've seen so many games that take so many things from Peak recently. Like this game especially has like, it's very Peak coded. The characters look just like Peak characters, like almost identical. I've seen that art style a lot now, of like the smooth round characters with like faces you can swap out the eyes on, just from Peak. That's just what happens when a popular game gets released. It changes the whole industry. What is this game? Mole? Oh yeah, I've seen this around. Anyways. Heard the term friend slap being thrown around a lot. Yeah, that's like a very common thing now. I hear it everywhere. It's fun. Yeah. I think it's like, I mean, I get why it's called friend slop. I think it's just kind of expressing a little bit of a lot of games do the friend slop genre, but aren't necessarily like bad, you know. I think it's mainly like the issue with that term is for games that are just more of an asset flip, like bare minimum to get multiplayer working without any kind of substance. Like the kind of game you would buy and play once and then never play again. That to me is what friend slop is, right? Otherwise, I just view normal stuff as just a multiplayer game. So, but yeah. It's weird. I mean, yeah, I don't think people necessarily think of friend slop in their head and think it's a bad term. Now it's just a marketing term. So, oh yeah, Peak Devs just made a new game, Gambling with Friends. Yeah, I have seen that around. What is it? Gamble with Your Friends. Yeah, this one. Yeah, it's made by what is this? Team Gamble with Your Friends. Penstack is the publisher. What else have they published? Not a whole lot. But yeah, it's made by what are they called? Aggro Crab. It's not made by the people that co-developed Peak. They were I can't remember the name. I feel like cool. Peak. Yeah, Landfall. Why is their name Evil Landfall? I don't understand the Evil Landfall thing. Yeah, Landfall is a bunch of crazy games. Yeah, I don't think of them as bad. Yeah, it's not always a bad thing. I think some games I do understand where the term comes from, because some friend games are just kind of like are slop. Where you play once and it's just the game is so shallow that you just never even want to play ever again. And it's just kind of like a refund game where it's like, we only played for 30 minutes, so I'm just going to refund it. So I get that. Yeah. Yeah, you can play Bing Bong in it. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, this seems cool. Gambling is fun. People like to gamble. Could be neat. Just play Pizza Pit on itch. Could have sworn at one point you need to do a 3D pizza game. Yeah, we did. I never actually released it. I didn't get it done in time, which is unfortunate. I think I had something going on around that time, or like some school thing. But yeah, I was working on one a really long time ago. It was like a pizza summoner game. I think the reason why that game went so poorly is because I didn't do any 3D stuff before that point. So I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, I did work on that game. I still have the project, I'm sure, on my computer. We could load it up and check it out for fun. Yeah, I never did put it up on itch. I'll probably, maybe I could put it up on itch one day. We'll see. I don't remember what it was called. It was like Pizza Summoner or something. Not that one. Spooky. Oh, that's a different one. That's a mod. And missing projects. Do I not have it here? Oh, I probably do have it. It's just I haven't opened it in this version or whatever. Because I used to use like the Steam version, I think, of Godot when I was making that. Oh, I have no idea where it is in here. Let me go search for it. Let's see. Welcome in. I'm 16-year-old game dev. It'd be nice if you could check out my web game. Oh, yeah. Probably won't be clicking on any random links, but let me know, guys, if it's safe. Okay, that's Pizza Pit. Where is it? Pizza Summoner. That's probably what I called it. Click that. Probably a good idea. Probably, yeah. I can't seem to find it in here. I honestly don't remember what it was called. I think I called it something that it like wasn't the name of the game. I think it was just the name of the jam that it was for. I don't remember what jam that was for. I think it might have been like GMTK or something. Yeah, I really don't remember what it was called. I know it's in here, though. Short Project? Like, I have no idea what Short Project is. Maybe that was it. Yeah, I'd much prefer if you posted something like that on itch instead. Be a little safer. Yeah, what is Short Project? Let's look at Short Project. I'm so good at naming stuff, guys. I've been better about naming stuff, though. What is this? There's a light world.scene. Oh, it was a project for a YouTube short. That's why it's called Short Project. Yeah, it was a little tutorial I did on lighting. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Two-player peer slimy test. Rat game. That one's on itch. Okay, Pizza Pit. Still looking, guys. I know I have it in here somewhere. I just don't remember. My Spore Creations. That's crazy. I still have that file in here, that folder. Probably like so old now. Load in old. I think it was this one, LD Jam 54, maybe. Oh, I don't know if that's actually a Godot project. That might have been a different one. Nope, that is a Unity project. Never mind. I honestly can't remember. It's 4-hour game. It wasn't Big Mode Jam. I can't remember what jam that was for. There's something that I joined. It wasn't Down to Jam. Dungeon game. Well, I'm not going to spend a million years searching for this. I'll try and find it later. It wasn't any of those ones. Was it GMTK 2025? Is this it? It is a Godot project. Let's try it out. But I thought that was the one that I did with Adagon and stuff, maybe. I don't know. That might have been that one. Well, let's import it and try it out. Sure, let's back it up first. Because, yeah, it would have been before 4.4. Oh, it's called Orapor Road. It's not that one. I can't remember. I can go look back at the YouTube stream of that and probably find out what game it was. But yeah, if anyone knows where that video is, feel free to drop the link to it so I can go figure out what the name is. But yeah, I can't remember. I searched for pizza in there, but it's just Pizza Pit. So. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'll find it another time. Oh, did you try clicking on the link of the game? Oh yeah, you said I'm going in. Careful. I might remove that link because I don't want people clicking on it. It's only HTTP. You probably should not click on that link. It's not a good idea. I'm gonna go remove that message because, yeah. How do I look at pool? I never remember how to actually like moderate. How do I moderate a message? I want to hide it. That's silly. I feel like what button do I click here? Reply. Shows blank Twitch account, not following, basically nothing on there. Okay. I just want to delete the message, but I don't know how. But this will work. I think if I just set a timeout, I think that will delete the messages. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where my mod buttons are. Normally there's like a little like 3 dots or whatever, so I can like edit stuff in here, I think. Is it because I'm like not in mod view or something? But that doesn't make any sense. There's turn on shield mode. No, don't do that. Is it my chat settings? Show mod icons. Oh, there we go. Okay, I don't know why I didn't have those visible. There we go. Now we're good. Okay. Yeah, man, it's 3 dots you can drag and do stuff. Yeah, I don't know why mine doesn't have that. Seems a little strange. There might be a way for me to go into like moderator view inside of this panel, because this is like the stream manager. It's not the same as mod view. I have no idea. That might be doomed. Time will tell. Yeah, I should have deleted that link earlier. I do apologize. that was a bad idea. My bad. But yeah. If you're a dev and you have a game that you made, don't just send people random links to your own website with HTTP, not even secure HTTP. Like, that's bad. At least send an itch link or something. And also another layer to it, don't like advertise stuff on people's streams unless like you are allowed or you at least like asked. You could just say like, you know, I'm working on this thing, and then I'll be like, oh cool, do you have a link? And then that's fine. But don't just immediately drop the link and be like, go play my game, guys, go play my game. Sorry, I sound like a jerk right now, but you know. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, what other things do we want to do for this version? Oh yeah, there's a couple things that are actually broken. So we can maybe work on these. So apparently these are not saving or something, or I have some code set up that's wrong, so let's go take a look at those really quick. So if it doesn't have it, push it back. If it has it, don't play the tutorial. I mean, that seems correct. Let's go ahead and print global dot completed minigame tutorials. Let's see what that list contains whenever I go to play a minigame. So minigame OT So we can see it contains that. But then, like, if I leave the game or come back in, it seems like it gets rid of it for some reason. So it still had it there, but I think if I close out of the game and go back in, it doesn't have my list anymore. So I think I might be messing up something with saving that list of completed tutorials. Let's go check that out. So now I'm back in. Let's go back in here. Minigame OT. Yeah, it's empty. So what's going on here? I don't think that this is saving properly. So let's go look at our save data. So minigame time limits. And that's in save game data, I believe. So right here, completed minigame tutorials. Make sure I'm spelling it right. Right, so we save it as that. So it might be in my load game data. Oh, I think I'm loading. I'm loading it inside of my user data. Oh, duh. Get rid of that. That would explain it. So now back into load game data. And put it here instead. User data get. Okay. That should be fixed now. I was really confused about it. I was like, why is this not working? Anyways, we got an ad starting in a minute. My apologies, everybody. Start learning C++ for Godot. Now I know. Yeah. All in GD script. C++ is still a good language to learn, though, so it's definitely not wasted time. But yeah. It's also good to know like a little bit of C++, just so you kind of understand the inner, like the behind the scenes maybe a little bit. Not that you really ever use it, but you know. So let's see if this works now. So minigame OT. So yeah, it shows it in there, and now it saves the data. Epic. Okay, so that's a bug that was easily fixed. Problem. I still don't know how to fix this one. The outline on web, the outline shader that we have just doesn't work, and I don't know why. So gotta figure that out. Yeah, GD script C#. You can also potentially use other languages. We have ads now. I'm gonna wait for the ads to be over before I start yapping. Yeah, anyways, let's figure this out. And the options menu and escape. So yeah, that's a thing that I randomly figured out. I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? So let me show you guys. Be able to turn mic up or music down just a tad. Let's see what I can do about that. I can turn the music down if you guys think it's too loud. I don't want it to clip. Sorry if this is annoying. I think it might have been clipping before because of my settings. Like, I didn't do the weird thing. My clipping. My clipping. Okay, I'm not clipping at all. Did I accidentally, like, nudge one of my knobs? Oh, shoot. Oh, wait, no. Don't edit that one. Okay, well, this is probably a little bit better. How is this? Should be a couple dBs louder. What do you guys think? Better? Worse? Okay. The hook was a bit above the line in the minigame. I'll have to take a look at that. It's been a loud song anyways. Well, this should be a little bit better now. I have it up to like a couple more dBs. Should be around like 3 decibels louder or something like that. Yeah, if there are any tracks that you guys think are particularly too loud, let me know and we can like change those if we have to. Also, let me do this just to make sure it's not this. Hello, testing. Am I clipping now?
Yeah, sometimes my... Oh, now I am clipping. It's the stupid thing on my audio interface again. Okay. How is this? Testing clipping. Okay. I think this is pretty good now. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what keeps going on with that. It's really frustrating, but my audio interface randomly, like, it's like it's building up some kind of like static charge or something, and then it makes my microphone super quiet. I really don't know what's happening. And then also I noticed it introduces like a bunch of noise in the background. Like when I go to record a short, sometimes I've recorded the whole script and then I realize like there's this constant buzzing in the background. It's really frustrating. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's very annoying. I wonder if I need to like, if my ground or something is not working. That would be pretty insane if that was what the problem was. Because why else would it be doing that? I don't really know. I'm gonna have to keep thinking about that. I'll try and look it up and see if it's a problem people have had. Otherwise, maybe it's like something wrong with my interface or something that I have connected into it. I have no idea. All right. Anyways. So let's see. So the bug I identified is this. If you're in the options menu and then you click on travel, that happens. And now you can't hit return. Yeah. So that's not really a good thing. And you have to click on the travel button again. I randomly spotted this when I was like messing with stuff and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not... Yeah. Well, it's not really a soft lock fully because you can get out of it really easily, but it is a little bit funny. So it's only when we have the options menu open. I think it's because it's not properly closing the menu in time. Normally, that doesn't seem to be a problem. Like if I'm in options and I hit escape, it just opens that one. But I thought I fixed that where it would open... Let's go look at the options menu code. Right, so status. Say escape menu open is false. I did this with another menu, I thought. Oh, yeah, I did it with the languages menu. Where I fixed this bug. So I think this is just something that we can do here also. Right, like this here. And what did I say here? I say if nothing else is open and I toggle the escape menu, I just say escape menu toggle on. Oh, but that's only for the main menu that happens with. Here, does it happen with the languages tab too? No, it doesn't. Which is actually extremely strange. Why would that only happen with the options menu? Because theoretically, it should be sort of the same setup. So that's pretty weird. Okay. The button wobble's cool. Never noticed that. It rocks back and forth. Yeah. I've got that, that set up if you hover over it for long enough. Yeah, I have all of the buttons and UI in the game under like custom animated classes that I've set up. So it's really nice to be able to control how they look that way. So... It's been a good decision, I think. I always forget that I can just turn off animated menus. Yeah, and then we also got the UI wiggle. Wiggly. Yeah, so it's interesting that it's not the language menu too, right? Like that works normal. So I wonder why it's just the options menu that does that. It must be something with how I'm doing the options menu stuff. Like, because how's it even different from the languages menu? Let's go see. So I don't even have that check in the options menu for setting escape menu to not be... Like, should I just comment that out? Because maybe it's just an artifact of a bygone era. Let's try it. I don't really know. So if I open options... Okay, normal. And then now if I go in here, I hit languages, open a thing, that's normal. Hit options, open a thing, and it still happens. Ooh. So why does that happen? It must be the way that I open up the options menu or something. Because now in here, it's literally the same as the languages menu, right? You can see there's nothing else going on in here. Although I do have this here. But this is only for not the main menu. So maybe this is the secret to it all. So let's figure out what this code is doing. So I'm saying if and open and not active menu, then I say escape menu toggle on. Let's go ahead and try it. But that's opening the... Yeah, I don't think that's it. That's just gonna reopen the escape menu. But yeah, it doesn't fix the issue. I must have this set up somewhere else then, right? It must be inside of the escape menu code. Something with the options in here. Ah, yeah. Maybe? No. So here I say on options press toggle options menu. So that makes sense. Okay. Better go fix that thing I did with the options menu. Just thinking there's probably a reason I had this here. I don't know what's going on here. Because if I hit the languages menu, desktop pressed. So what happens when I hit the languages menu button? Right, this one. Language button, languages menu button. I just say languages menu dot toggle, and that's literally all I do. So weird. So here, yeah, I just say toggle options menu. And what that should do is close this menu, right? Yeah, actually, this is really strange. So let's try and figure out the order of operations here. So first off, we open the escape menu and we open the options menu. Right, so boom. And then if I close this menu, then that's fine. It just closes. How does that code work? I think I check if the escape menu is still active or still marked as open. Then I toggle, I make it open again. I believe is what I do. So that's probably inside of our UI manager code, and that's how that works, I bet. So when I say toggle escape menu in here, I'm saying right here, if we're not the main menu, escape menu toggle on and true. So yeah, that's what's happening there. So let's run through this logic wise. So we have our options menu open. The active menu is set to our options menu, right? So when I click on another button, when I click on like the travel button, that's gonna run this function to open that menu. So let's go look at that. Let's go look at menu. And it's gonna call toggle. So it's gonna run changed. And it's gonna do all this stuff. So it's not a pop-up menu, so it's gonna call this. It's gonna call active menu as self inside of UI manager, right? And You know what? It's probably this guy right here. I don't know if I actually need that anymore now that I think about it. Because I think whenever I close the options menu, it'll automatically open the escape menu anyways. Let's try it out. So I close that, and that's normal, right? And whether I do that with escape or not seems to be fine. So that's good. Same with the languages menu, that's normal. Yo, what's up, Steven? Welcome in. How's it going? So this guy's closing normal. I go into options, I hit escape. Okay, and it does immediately close, which is a little problematic. But then if I hit the X, okay, yeah, it still just closes. But the languages menu doesn't do that. And I think it's because of the code I have inside of the languages menu. So that does fix the bug. I just need to go into the languages menu and copy that code, and I think we're good to go. Because I realize, yeah, so what it's doing is it's like waiting a frame to see if another menu is opened. And if another menu has opened up, then it means that it's time to... Yeah, so this should work. So I do all this stuff, right? I check status. And then I guess I also call this same thing. I don't know if that one really matters. All right, so I do all that. I don't know if this is doing anything. It's setting escape menu open to false. But then I'm calling super. So I don't know if it does anything. I might comment that out, and I'm just going to print out what is UI manager.escape menu open. Because I think now I set that here instead. I say, no, I don't do it there. Let's go ahead and try this out. I'm working on, yeah, we're just fixing a weird UI bug right now, where when you open the options menu and then click on another button to open a different menu, it like shows the wrong thing. So that should show true there, and then I close it. Okay, and it still shows true, and that's why I have that line of code there. So that's fine. And it's because the options menu counts as like being the escape menu. Okay. So that's fine. We'll fix that now. I don't need to print this out anymore, I don't think. So I think this is it. I think this will work now. So we go into here, we open the options menu, click the X or do whatever, and it opens the escape menu again. And same with the languages menu. So we're good there, right? Looking good. And then now I open the options menu and I click the travel button, boom, and it's normal. And it doesn't soft lock the game. Cool. So yeah, it was just a little thing with like checking how that stuff was set up. So we're all good now. Very epic. Let's go put this down. Issue where having the options menu open and clicking another UI bottom tab in the aquarium would soft lock the game. Also, we went ahead and rebalanced every fish value and passive income to use a new automatic system. Let's see. Well, bad, you're gonna head out. Sounds good. Thank you for coming into the stream. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. My teeth are sore. Also, we're still getting things printed out in here. I think there's one where it was like saying ha somewhere. I thought. Yeah, right here, the inventory menu. Oh, it's the Fishpedia hovered thing. We're gonna have to figure out another solution to that. It's a little bit broken. Because I think this the signal I've been using for whether it's hovered technically counts as like the entire node right now, and it's very problematic. It sucks because I want that to show up, but it's not going to work like this. So instead what I'm going to do is go into here, Then maybe I can like access this tab bar somehow, you know. The problem though is if I add anything as a child of this node, it becomes a tab, so I can't do that. But I can add another node, a control node here. And then I just have to manually position this, which really, really sucks. I don't like doing that though. I don't think there's any kind of signal for when that has been entered, which really sucks. Because I think, funny enough, you can also hear... Well, those it seems okay. So what signal am I using there? Like, why doesn't it work anywhere else? I think it's because we have tab hovered and then not... There's no signal for tab exited, which is very odd and unfortunate. Yeah, that is kind of our problem, is we need a tab exited thing. Tab changed. Tab clicked. Focus entered. Because there's mouse exited, but that's the entire node of the tab container, which is the issue. So how do we want to do this? I need like a different way of detecting whether it's being hovered, because I can't just do the tab. I need like to check like I don't know. How else could we do this, guys? Let's go into process. I have a couple ideas. We can read in what the currently hovered node is somehow, I think. We can check like well, I would do that, but the problem is that these nodes will change their sizing depending on the language, so that doesn't really work. Because I can put it in a position, but then language changes and now it's offset in a different zone. Otherwise, I would just do that, right? Because that would be the easiest. Check what node is hovered. That's what I need to know. Or like, Godot, check last node that received input. The last receiver of a mouse event, right? Is that really a thing? GUI get hovered node? Yo, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. That's not a thing. Wait, what? But it is. But it's not anymore? Unless I have to say control. What version is this on? This is the latest version. What node is this? Oh, this is viewport. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so I think I can say get viewport. And then say .get hovered control node. And then I think I can check, like, I want to know what that node is, right? So I'm going to print it out. Just to see what we're hovering over. And I think this will help. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, let's see what this does. Because I don't know if that node, the little tab buttons, actually count as a different node or not, you know? I need to know. Okay, so we can see in here, tab bar. So it is clearly the tab bar. Like, it is a separate node. But I guess the question is, how am I gonna know that I'm grabbing that node? Because I don't know if there's like maybe there's a function for the tab container where I can get that node. get tab control. There we go. That's what I want. So we can say this, that get tab control for index 1. And var say tab is equal to that. And then now I can just check Fishpedia hovered is equal to tab is equal to this. So it's only going to be hovered if that is actually equal to the same tab. So let's see if this works. I don't know if it will, but that is a nice function that it has in here, though. It is cool. Got you guys dragging is input handled. There's actually a lot of useful functions in here. I never really thought about them. Find world 2D. Mouse position, oversampling, texture, cancel drag. Get the focus owner, I've used that. Dragging, notify mouse entered. I guess that's whenever the mouse enters the window. Okay. Let's go see if this works. Say control, welcome in. How's it going? Also, I guess these functions, I don't really want them to do anything because they're going to mess up everything. Just hide those. Let's give this a try. Hopefully this works. Okay, play. Then let's do... So that's not working. Which is odd, you'd think it would. Get tab control. Let's print out what that is. Maybe that's a different tab. Oh, that's the Fishpedia panel. That's not the same thing. So we need to get not the tab. It's like there might be a different function for that. Get tab icon. Get tab count. Get tab bar. And that maybe is what I want. Get tab title. Get next. Let's try get tab bar. I still don't think that's going to be the right node. Well... So, it's just showing, like, both of those nodes. Get good. Real. Right? So it treats it all as one object. I wonder if this node has children, right? Because that would be interesting. No, it's an empty array. That freaking sucks. I don't know if there's any way for me to know whether I'm on this one or this one, you know? Which is a little bit frustrating. I don't want to have to make my own custom tab container node, but I might have to. I don't know. Yeah, because it just shows the same thing. It is odd, though, because I thought it was showing a different node here when I said get hovered control. Alright, so print out tab, and then that guy. Hold on, gotta clear out the output. No, they are indeed the same node. But you can hear it clicking. So here's another thing, too, which is that we know the mouse exited signal is working. So maybe we just want to keep on tab hovered and set it back to false here. Or like if it's not tab 1, then just say Fishpedia false. Maybe this will work. It's a little bit of a jank solution, but we'll see. Wish I knew how to juggle. These would be good juggling balls. Ooh, I mean, I can do like that. Pretty terrible, though. See, I can throw, like, both. Ah! Okay, I'm done juggling. Press something on my keyboard. I don't know what it pressed. Let's see if this works at all. No, because it immediately sets it back to true, and I think that's the issue. But another option that we have here, okay? We connect that signal back up. Just gotta practice, yeah. It would be cool. I'd like to juggle. So, hear me out. Hide all that stuff for now. We put this inside of here, okay? Okay. Yes. Change that to tab node. Now, hear me out. Whenever we hover over a tab, it's going to check that and grab the control. Right? So it's going to be like, boom. What node are we? And then figure out the thing. But if it's not the right tab, it immediately sets it back to false. So let's see what happens. I might be a genius, guys. Nope, I'm stupid. Okay. Okay, solution. Solution, guys. I know the solution. So we do this, right? And that'll set it to true. But then also in process, we're going to check the same thing again. And then say, right, if tab node is not equal to that, then we set it back to false. So that way, if we ever go off of this tab node, boom, it instantly sets it all back to false, right? Hear me out. All right? And boom. Look at that, guys. I can click over here. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's not the same node. It technically counts if I go like this and then I'm on the same node here, but that's a minor problem. But otherwise, now I can just hover over this, and if I move my mouse out somewhere else that's a different node, it'll immediately deselect. But key thing here, it doesn't show up on this tab, right? It's only the tab on the right, because we've used a combination of the two. We use a combination of on tab, container tab hovered, right? Which will, it knows the difference between the two tabs. So that one sets it to true, or it's like, okay, if you hovered over the thing and it's the same as the thing, then do it. But if it's a different tab, if we hovered over the fish tab, then set it back to false. All right. And I don't know if we actually need this one anymore because it doesn't matter. I think we get rid of that. Let's go try it out. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. Exactly. It's the perfect formula. Let's see. It might be broken. I do not know. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We never even needed that stupid signal anyways. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Get rid of this guy. Okay. I think we're good there. So that bug can be eliminated. I'm not going to write it in our changelog because it didn't exist before then. Where is it? I guess I already got rid of it. Okay. We're definitely getting there. Yeah, green outline shader's broken. I don't know what to do about that. There's so many things in here. I need to like clean up. Move tool. I already did that. Decoration storage. Some visitors leave the store. Did that one. Toy tab, didn't do that one yet. Skip song button, didn't do that yet.
Tips and tricks button, didn't do that yet. Didn't do that yet. Didn't do that yet, but now we have a system to do this actually really easily. So I might do that. Did that one. Did that one. Don't really need to do that anymore. Well, I'll leave it, but... I don't think I'm going to do that upgrade anymore. I think I did that one. Research menu pop up. I didn't do that yet, but I kind of partially did it. Okay, I did this one. Didn't do any of that stuff yet. Yeah, there's still a bunch of things. But I've gotten a lot of my to-do list stuff done, though, honestly. If you look through all these, it's like... many of them are done. I do want to do this where you can turn off specific minigames, just because it does help if there's like one that you always struggle with or something. Still don't know why this happens. It's a little weird. Yeah, so I wonder if we could squeeze in anything else in time. Like feature-wise. Okay, I did that one. Thunderstorm weather is something that has been brought up, which could be kind of cool. I don't know if it would make fishing easier or what. I don't know, we'll see. What else do we want to do here? There's some other minor things that we could address, like this. It shows 0 for the FPS limit instead of unlimited. So maybe we could go change that really quick. I will have to add that as another translation key now. That's okay. So what is the end goal? Just for like today or for the game in general? Or what do you mean? Yeah, I think this should be updated with catch rate now, right? Percent catch rate. Yeah, there's a couple filled out in here. All right, let's go add another key. This is going to be for unlimited. So yeah, let's go to components. And then, no, not the glossary. Translations. Add a translation key, then call this unlimited. Used for unlimited FPS, but really refers to any unlimited quantity of something. The game. Oh, yeah. There isn't really like a super defined end goal. I don't know if I will do a super defined end goal. Maybe one day if I get like more into the story stuff with the game. It's hard to say. I just don't know yet. I've done that though before, where it's kind of a... With Starground, that was a nightmare, where we planned out this big, vast story and then realized, oh man, it's so hard to make this work and fit with the systems we already have, and then I decided to scrap it. Yeah, I don't know. I could see doing more story stuff, but I don't know like what the story would be. Like, you inherit your shop from your grandpa. Like, I could see going a couple routes for a story. Like, maybe there's like an evil landlord guy that wants to take over your aquarium and buy it from you, or like something, you know. But then it's a little weird because you ascend and travel to a new aquarium. So what does that even mean? Yeah, it's kind of hard to say.
But yeah, otherwise, end goal stuff is basically just optimize your shop as much as possible, buy all the upgrades, and finish all the research and ascension. That's kind of like the gameplay end goal. But yeah, still don't know about the story stuff though. That's something that will be visited at a future date, I imagine. Has anyone heard of a manhwa called Infinite Gacha? Or a mechanic called Infinite Gacha? Oh, a manga. Oh, a Korean manga. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I've never heard of that word before. I've not heard this before, but interesting. Yeah, I would like to read more manga and stuff. I don't know. It's time consuming. I don't have time to. Yeah, I meant more like mechanically, like when do you roll credits? Yeah, I mean, we don't really have like a... Oh, it's raining outside. We don't really have like a time when the credits roll, but I think it's really just around when you finish all the research and ascension. That's kind of like the end state of the game. So that's kind of the point where you're like, all right, you finished Lured In. But this is the thing, right, is that every single update that keeps being pushed further and further back, because I add a new research and ascension and upgrades, and then it's like, yeah. But I guess that's what I would say. Yeah, I'm not super worried about like an end goal right now. That's something I'll probably focus maybe more on like for the full release, you know? But at least for now, the game keeps changing so much there doesn't really need to be like a credits roll moment. Yeah, Scotch game with death is permanent. Thinking of making something like it. Like a whole manga or like a game like that. What was I doing in here? Oh yeah, we're gonna change the thing. My silly little goober. So in the FPS slider, which luckily is actually its own script, isn't it? Yes, FPS slider. So I'm gonna change this now to show if it is 0, I'm gonna say if new value is equal to 0, then say value label.text is equal to translate unlimited. Let's go try it out. Yeah, game, okay. Yeah, roguelike gacha. I feel like if it kills you, yeah, I think that would be a hard sell. I'm curious, what like parts of that do you think is a hard sell? Just out of genuine curiosity. Yeah, that like keeps... This is the only thing I don't like about the unlimited text, is it does that. And then it makes all the other things funny. I don't know how I feel about that right now. That's kind of problematic. Oh, is that what gacha like is? You buy stuff with real money? Because that's stupid. Yeah, then you lose. I could see that potentially being a major design flaw. Yeah. If you spend 20 bucks on the game and then you die and lose $20, that's like brutal. Also, you'd probably have to be careful because that could actually be illegal in some countries, because I think that would then become skill-based gambling. There's a lot of laws around gambling and stuff. Like, it's fine if like you gamble just with in-game stuff, like in-game currency, but like if you could potentially like win money back out and stuff, it gets very problematic. Yeah, it's hard to say. But I could see doing a concept like that that's not the gacha part. Like it could have like gacha like mechanics where you get to like roll a thing, or you know, like almost gambling, but use like an in-game currency instead or something, make it a little more gamified. I guess then at that point it wouldn't be gacha, because gacha is money. Yeah, right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that quite works then. Yeah, hard to say. Yeah, I don't like how it does that. It's fine when it's like the numbers, because I know how wide the numbers are going to be. But then with this guy, it's like, woo, forgot about that slider. Unlimited is so much longer. And the issue is that then in some languages, that's like even longer. So how would I like make that work? I'd have to know what the potentially maximum width of that label would be, but it could look really bad on some of these probably. Uncapped. I mean, yeah. It's the same problem though. It's still just a word that could have different lengths depending on the language, right? So that's kind of my problem here. Because it keeps like shifting the horizontal width of our sliders, which looks really bad. How else would we handle this? Because when it's just a number, like that's consistent in every language. Like I don't use different numbers for different languages. Like sometimes like Arabic and stuff could be formatted as a different number, but I'm pretty sure that I just do just regular Latin numbers. I've asked about doing this and everyone has said that it's fine because Latin numbers are used literally everywhere on Earth, so infinity is universal. Oh, just like an infinity sign? Yeah, that's an option. We could do that. I don't know if I actually have that in our font, but I can go add that really quick. Infinity sign. Code. UTF code. It's 221. I don't know where that would be inside of the program, but we'll find it. I wish there was a way that I could search for these codes, but oh well. I can just find it down in here. It shows the number on the bottom, so it looks like it's UTF code 221. I don't think it's up here. No. Oh, it shows the real code here. So it's 221E. Huh? Oh man, that is going to be so far down. Okay, it's probably like in here somewhere, like math, you know? Mathematical operators. It's probably in here. There it is. Infinity. Yeah. Great, I gotta download the new font version if it's not in. Yeah, it's not in the one on itch yet. I am gonna do a new update to the font at some point, so. Proportional toe. Okay. Well, let's go draw this. So it looks like it's the height of like a short height. Okay. So it goes up to here. We're just gonna kind of block it out. So infinities have like a flow to them. I don't know how to explain it. They're not just like See, like, usually the right side, I think, of the infinity is larger than the left. I don't know if that actually really matters. I never see that really mattering. It's basically, yeah, just turning an 8 sideways. I don't think this is too big. It's gonna... You can see what it looks like in comparison. Yeah, it literally is just an 8 turned sideways, isn't it? So, let's just go do that. I was almost correct. Now, can I transform and, like, rotate? I don't think I can rotate, but that's okay. I'll just redraw it over here on the side. Uh-oh. Make sure I don't have any. Flip? I think that's just going to flip it, like, horizontally and stuff, so that doesn't really do what I want. And there's no, yeah, there's no, like, rotation. Unless I can somehow rotate it with this. No. That's okay, we'll just redraw it. That's 3 on both those, and then 2. Plants vs. Zombies, guys. It goes too hard. See, it's that one. It's the small one. Which doesn't really make sense. So, I mean, this does work, but it looks a little stupid. So I might, like, make it look cooler. And I want to make sure it's, like, easily visible, so I don't actually mind making it a little bit larger, I think. And we could do, like, the thing where 1/2 is larger, but we'll see. Meepsy, get off my lawn from his channel. Yeah, it's an epic game, guys. Infinity doesn't always have to be an 8 unless the 8 is perfect. Yeah. It gotta be whatever shape we want, really. I mean, it'll still be kind of like an 8, but, you know. See, I think what I'm messing up here is, like, infinity to me is like a very teardrop-y shape. Almost like this, maybe. That, to me, screams infinity more. I think I'm happier with that. Then I might just expand that one out a little bit and that one a little bit, just to give it a little bit of, like, motion. Maybe if I do that, also do the same thing there. I don't know if I want to do that, but... that'll be fine right there, I think. It's quirky just enough, but still very obvious that it's an infinity symbol. Okay. Are there any other mathematical symbols in here that people might end up using? Usually I just kind of add them in as we go, you know? Looks good, actually. Thank you, yeah. I think it'll work. Yeah, if anyone has any requests for very specific symbols, let me know. I mean, there's so many different symbols that it could take me a million years to do all these. Because then you get into, like, practically, like, emoticons and emojis and stuff. The crossed out one. Oh, like the, that's a minus or plus sign, but it's, like, inverted. Let's see, which one? The crossed out equals. Like the not equals to sign. Plus. Well, we already have plus and minus and comma and all those. Those are a part of, like, normal, like, basic English. They're not really, like, mathematical, not exclusively mathematical operators, you know? It's just a tilde. 6th one at the top. 5, 6. This one empty set. Yeah, check mark. That could be a nice one to have. Well, the square root symbol. What does that look like? It's basically a V. Oh yeah, not equals to. Yeah. Let me go copy all these. Then back to math. So we can throw this guy in here really quick. Hopefully that's... It's kind of hard to tell what this symbol is supposed to be. Looks like a Z. I feel like I need to extend it out by one more. Just get the detail I need. I don't know if that's really the vibe or not. I guess that there works okay. And the 6th one, so you want the empty set symbol? So I can do that really quick. It's basically just an O with a big circle in it. There we go. You said square root symbol. We could throw that in. I'll get a capital V. Looks like early DK Donkey Kong. I think this goes up all the way to the top, as far as I know, like all the way up there. And then it looks like the spot where it branches off horizontally is at this height, I think. So kind of like that, I think is correct. Okay. Oh yeah, make sure the spacing on all these are good. Okay, we're good. Then yeah, we got the not equal to sign. I mean, I guess these ones would also be convenient, the less than or greater than. I guess I'll do it. But I don't want another font stream, so we're gonna do this and then move on. Flip this one horizontal. And that one seems to be just at the bottom. Okay, yeah. We'll move that guy up. There we go. And why is he like that? Oh, it's because I shifted it over. That one actually goes out. Kind of like how it looks when it's like out. Yeah, I might do that. Well, then there, I guess I'll just do that. That probably is good. Okay. So we got the less than or equal to. I've never seen these other symbols used. Like this one's crazy. Less than but not equal to symbol. I don't think we need to worry about those. Nobody's even going to know what those symbols are anyways. Division slash, isn't that just a slash? Maybe it's a little different. Well, just in case, I'll throw it in. It's just the same as this guy. Boom. Okay, I think we're basically good to go. There's also the bullet and ring operators. I thought those were used for... I don't think those are mathematical. Oh, there's so many different symbols we could do. Is this a freaking pirate ship? Or was that? Helm symbol, yeah. control pictures. Yeah, maybe later on we throw in more funny ones. Dingbats. These are all just different icons for things. The heavy plus sign. Miscellaneous mathematical symbols. These are crazy. Do people actually use these? I mean, these are like, yeah. But what are these things? Double left arc greater than bracket. Or right white curly bracket. What are these? Line integration with rectangular path around pole. What does that mean? Quadruple integral. I mean, I know what an integral is. That one makes sense. But these get pretty insane. There's another Latin extended? Oh my god. There's so many Latin characters. It's insane. I mean, not nearly as many as Japanese and stuff, at least. But yeah. There is millions of these if you wanted to do all of them. I mean, you get down into like, down into all of these, like, there's these subtables and stuff. I don't even know how these work. But look at all of these different, like, Chinese standards and stuff in here for languages. Like, you look at all these and like, oh my god. You realize just how many freaking characters there are in Chinese. Look at all these. It's insane. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever be able to do all of those. It's okay. One day. Today's not that day. Alright, let's go export it again. Then let's go use the infinity symbol. I should be able to copy it here. I have to actually like put it in the code. So I have to go into here and like paste it. Does this work? Can I just do that? I guess I can. I mean, the font supports it, so it should be okay. All of the text inside of Godot, I believe, is UTF-8 encoded. So I wonder if we could do UTF-16. Because then we get 1,000,000 characters instead of 65,000. But that would be pretty insane. There's also UTF-32, which just gets a little ridiculous. How many is that? That's got to be like 1 billion characters or something, right? Yeah, I think that'd be insane. Yeah, I don't know if we need that many. Okay, let's see if this works. Yeah. Just shows the infinity sign now. Hopefully that's a standard enough of a symbol for people. I mean, I've seen it around. I mean, of course I know what it is. Speak English after all. But I imagine to other languages it's probably standard enough to know that that means infinity. Alright. Because then it doesn't cause our weird spacing problems, and it'll stay consistent for all the languages, so yeah. And then also, does it have... Oh. Godot Sans does not support infinity? That seems wild. Really? Oh, do I need like this? This is the one thing that's a little annoying about Godot Sans is there's like multiple different like variants. I wish there was just one that had all the stuff, you know? So I literally can't do an infinity symbol. Bruh. Well, that's annoying. I'm gonna have to have another fallback language now, just for that. Okay. Unless there's like one in here that's like Godot Sans math or something, right? Because there's so many of them. Oh, there literally is. Okay.
Let's see if I can do it. Okay, so that does support it. I guess I'll just download this one too as a fallback. It's pretty annoying. Infinity. Infinite annoying. That's okay. This is regular. Can I do not regular? Or I guess there is no such thing as bold, probably. Right. Because it's all going to be like funny letters. All right, let's go ahead and put this in. So I think I can just go to Noto Sans and add it as a fallback font. I hope it doesn't like make the height of the font really large though. I guess we'll see. Now, I might actually have to add that as a fallback font to every font. I thought I was using the font variation. But it doesn't work. You do have to add it as a thing to everywhere. That's okay. Can I just copy this whole array? Nope. Hopefully one day they do that. Do I have to re-import whenever I do that? I do not know. Many infinities. I don't need to add it as a fallback for itself. Okay, let's see if this works now. Infinity, infinity. That's a crazy timestamp. Please work. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Everything is fine. It is a little weird how it seems like not bold enough, but I don't know if there is a variant that is bolded, so. What is this? It's a... Can I change the boldness? No, there's just one, so it doesn't. Okay. Oh well. That is what it is. Okay. And then back to our normal font, our pixel font, infinity. Hopefully people understand what that symbol means. We'll see. I mean, to me it's pretty obvious, but again, I speak English, so I have no idea. Alrighty, what's next on our list? So we fixed that. I'll go mark this down now in our change log. Made it so the FPS slider now shows an infinity symbol when it reaches 0. Unlimited FPS. Okay. The outline shader is still broken on web. I have no idea how to do it. So, yo, there's a train. Let's go. Yeah, I did that, so we'll mark that off. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that instead of the region panel. Making it so that the little weather icon over here has like a thing behind it. I was thinking about doing that. Apparently it's just a rich text label. Do I really just have it in like the same label? That seems wrong. Oh, I have name. So this is the weather label. Okay. And really this shouldn't be expanding so much. I want this one now. I'm going to change this. Instead of doing custom minimum size, we'll do 0 on the horizontal width. Mouse can be stopped. Okay, don't have that on expand. And then I'm going to add 2 control nodes in between those just to expand. Make sure mouse is ignore. Expand.
Okay. Paste them again. Put them on the other side. Then I'm going to put this inside a panel container here. We're going to give this a theme, probably this one, or maybe this one. And then we're going to put that label inside of there. So I already get text label, apparently. Yeah, that's fine there. Okay, let's see what this looks like in game. Wonder if that font editor has the font style you wish to use, and if you could just add in Infinity. For the Noto Sans, like smooth, regular font is what you're talking about? For this one? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it supports non-pixel art fonts, the program I'm using at least. There are alternatives, though. There's like Font Forge, I think, is better suited towards stuff like that. I probably could just edit the font and throw in a little infinity symbol, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just use the fallback because it works well. Was I testing? Yes. Okay, I hate how it looks. I think that's why I said it was 160 on the left, because otherwise it would do this. Actually, I don't really need this other node here. Like, we should just get rid of that. Now, I guess I don't need this other one either. But I don't like how this isn't centered. So I don't know how I feel about that. The horizontal alignment to the right. No. Well, I could just add in another control node that kind of like spaces it out. Oh, now it's not gonna like exist. I have to reopen the game. You could change infinity for a lot, like the text that just says a lot. I don't know. All right, let's expand this horizontal size. I don't know how big this needs to be, but I would like this text ideally to be centered, right? I mean, I think the infinity symbol's fine. If there is a problem with people not understanding what it's supposed to represent, then I can swap it out, but for now I'll keep it. I think that's centered right there. It's like pretty close. So it keeps that in the center. Honestly, what I need to do is just put this whole panel container inside of another node that's set to expand. Because then I don't need this other random control node in here. Alright, so it'd be something like that. But I don't like how big it is, so we'd have to do like a different control node. I think we'd do a not a panel container. Just another HBox container. So we put that down, put the panel container inside, set this one to expand, and this panel container to not expand. And I think that'll look better. Why'd you need infinity anyways? Is maximum not suitable? I mean, it's just because like other languages, sometimes a short word like that, it seems like it would be fine. And then you realize like, oh, it's actually like, 50 characters long. It happens all the time. So it's a lot easier to represent this with a symbol like this instead of a string, like a text string. It'd be fine if it was over here on the left or something, but it's just because this is like a number that changes its width. So it would look really bad because that word here might like take up half our options width, and that would just not work. But maximum, it has that issue. I don't know if that implies the right thing, because it implies that like
what does maximum mean in this context? Infinity makes sense because like FPS limit is a number. So it's like, oh, infinite number, there's no cap. But max is like, it's implying that like there is a cap, even though it's not a, I don't know. I guess just logically in my brain, it doesn't make as much sense to me. Honestly, surprising anyone will have infinite frame rate. Yeah, I mean, I just have it in there so it's more clear what this is doing, but I imagine most people will set a FPS limit probably. Yeah, I always cap my games to just whatever my refresh rate is, which is 180. Okay, let's see how this looks now. So, oh, this is set to begin. This needs to be on center mode. And I think that's correct. The text is still a little bit off, but I think it's okay, honestly. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, how should we kind of arrange this UI? Like, should I have the box over here with the weather be super wide? I don't know. Because I like how the text is centered here. But it's hard to say. I don't know how I feel about this random gap, though. I mean, I can make this centered on the begin mode like this, and that looks okay. I think I like that better. But it is weird how I'm not, like, utilizing this space here for these region panels, you know? Maybe later on I do eventually add something in there. I don't know what it would be, but maybe, like, different little events and stuff pop up here, right? I just want to be more clear. This is like something that's like more like interactable, I guess. Like you can hover over it and do stuff with it. Because before, when it's like a floating icon, I think it's a bit trickier to tell what's going on there. I might also change this panel background to be a brighter color. Maybe even the same color as the button. But it's hard to say. I could do kind of like the green color. We'll see. Infinite number could be any number. I think most would understand it. It's true. It's true. Fish you can find that place. Yeah, I don't know how I would like fit that in. It'd have to be like a thing that you click on and it opens up like a panel or something. Maybe that's something we do one day, but... Did you just leak future content events? It's something I've been thinking about. I think it'd be kind of cool to do like, yeah, like special events that happen in different regions, because it's something I've seen done in a couple of other games, and it's kind of fun. It gives you like little things and just side goals and objectives to do, you know, like maybe randomly there's like, you know, solar eclipse, ultra high chance for rare fish, you know? And then it's like, oh shoot, I'm going over there right now. It's just kind of fun, I think, to have little like objectives like that and stuff. So I realize that these might be like changing size. Probably gonna set a minimum width on this just so they don't like shift around too much. And then I gotta go add in a new theme. Let's see. Oh, that'd be neat. Scroll through fish, but show question mark for locked fish. Yeah, maybe something like that. I can definitely think about it. We'll have to see. I would have thought they at least have a word or concept given. Yeah, I mean, I imagine like in modern day times, it's probably a much more widely understood concept, you know? Yeah, because I mean, it's, if you've ever done any kind of math course, you're going to run into the concept of infinity now. So I think it's probably more understood now. But yeah, I mean, you talk about like 200 years ago or something, before like the internet and we were all connected to each other. I could definitely see how that could be a confusing concept sometimes. Because it is kind of a weird thing if you think about it. Like, we have no way of
comprehending what infinity means. Like, we understand the concept, but it's not like something that you can hold in your hand. You can't hold infinity in your hand. So I think it is a weird concept, if you think about it. It makes a lot of sense that a lot of languages just wouldn't ever come up with it. So, why is this not showing me my other panel containers? Panel container thin bright. So thin green. Make the base type a panel container. And then I want to go grab from my thin bright this texture and go back into thin green. Paste is unique. I can swap out the texture. And then place this one with my thin green. So I don't know if this is going to look good or not. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like in game. I guess it's got 2 thumbs and a broken sleeping pattern. I don't know. Me, I have 2 thumbs and a broken sleep schedule. 2 times infinity. Whoa. That's crazy that you just did that. That's insane. Yeah, it's the concept of forever, but not possible anywhere in the universe. Right. Like, that's the thing. It's not you can't like ever reach it. It's an impossible concept. You know? It's interesting. I wonder who came up with that. Yeah, because it's not like you can have infinite quantity of something in our universe. So, what do you guys think of the green here? What are your thoughts on this instead of the dark? Yeah, you just proved everyone wrong. Yeah, 2 times infinity. It's true. You can have 2 infinities, so it is quantifiable. Think about it, the time before the Earth started to exist is infinite, so it took an endless amount of time for anything to happen, but it still did. I mean, that's the thing, though. I think that, like, us humans apply to the universe because that's the only way we can think about it. But we just assume in our heads, like, well, there must have been a time before the universe. But I think the issue with that line of reasoning is that time didn't exist before the universe, or at least we don't think it did. So there is no concept of before the universe, right? It doesn't like make sense to say that there was that it was infinite time before it started because time wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's really weird. Stuff like that gets kind of to the point beyond our brain's ability to comprehend, so it's complicated. Just waiting for the antimatter to take over. Yeah. Now we won the antimatter battle. Otherwise, there wouldn't be anything in the universe. Time is just passing moments. Yeah, I mean, time is kind of arbitrary. It's so weird when you think about the concept of time. I think it's almost like a... See, it almost feels like it's one of those things where it's not like a real thing. I think it's just our brains, like it's how we perceive. Time is an illusion, you know? It's just that there has to be a way for our brain to we compare from things in our head already. So we just assume that this concept of time is a thing, but I don't know if it's actually real, you know? I don't know. It's weird. I have an inkling that it might just be like it exists because time is like symmetrical, you know? I don't know. I'm not qualified enough to make any statement. Relative infinities are different sizes. Yeah, you can have like different scales of infinity. There's like standard infinity, but you can have infinities that increase in rate, so they're a larger infinity than other infinities. Math is crazy. And science and everything, guys. It's all pretty crazy. Okay, so when we get this, it looks like this now, the green. I think it's nice. I kind of like the brighter color because it does imply to me that it's like something that you can hover over or interact with, which is good because you are supposed to. So like when you hover over, it shows the effect of what the weather does. So I think it's nice. It gives a little flair of contrast to the UI. I don't know, but what do you guys think? How do you feel about the green background? Do you think it's better as the dark? I can swap between the two to compare. So this is the dark background, right? Like that. And then you've got the green. Oh, wrong one. The green. What do you guys think? Dark, green. Dark, green. I think either is nice. I just don't know which one. I don't know how anyone actually know if this is true, but apparently dogs and flies, yeah, experience time slower than us. See, that's the thing. Like, I think it's a consequence of your brain because different organisms probably perceive time differently. So I don't think time is real, guys. I know it's a bold statement, but so yeah, you think dark background for sure. Think about it like this. The past is dead. The future doesn't exist yet. And the present is just now. Yeah. I use the word time to explain the passing moments of existence or life, not as a force or something that exists. Yeah. It is true when you think about it. Like, really, the only moment that is real is the one instance in which now is happening, right? I think time is like a consequence of memory. Like, you wouldn't know that time is a thing if you weren't able to remember things that had happened for your brain in the past. I don't know. It's complicated. Need a theme tab in the settings? Yeah, that would be pretty cool to be able to choose different like color themes and stuff. Yeah, I mean, maybe later on that's something we could explore. I'm not going to do that right now just because we have to get the demo version ready. I guess I might go with a dark color because that's kind of more in line with the theming in the rest of the game, I would say. There are some sections where I do green like that in the inventory menu, but otherwise I think most of the time I'm doing a dark background. Like especially in the Fishpedia. But yeah. When you have not checked out Einstein's theory of special relativity is my favorite physics subject. Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. Time dilation and stuff like that. And the fact that gravity warps time is another crazy concept. Right? And that's the thing. I feel like time is like an inherent, like, I feels like it's not its own force, but it's like linked to physicality, right? Because it is. So I don't know if like, I think time is just a consequence of motion, of energy, rather than like an actual force, if that makes sense. You know, it's really hard for like brains to comprehend what I'm trying to say just because it's not, but I don't know. Master's already gone. The future doesn't exist yet. The only thing that matters is game. Yeah. Gaming. That's the only real force in the universe. All right, we'll go with dark. But yeah, I think this helps add a little more separation for that weather thing. Now you can be like, oh yeah, that's like a thing I can probably hover over. Builds on this fabrics of space-time, time being the fourth dimension rather than the spatial dimension. Assuming that's true, though. People always say that time is the fourth dimension, but like, I think sometimes also people can like combine a spatial dimension with a time dimension. You know? I don't know if that's because time is not I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to go get my quantum physics degree real quick, guys.
Anyway, I'm gonna go play Cyberpunk and drink coffee at 2:30 a.m. So have fun. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, have a good rest of your night. Are we getting the 4-hour dev challenge again after demo? I wouldn't be opposed to doing it again. I've thought about doing the 4-hour challenge as like a public jam that everybody can join in on too. Just because that would be kind of fun. It would be really, the scheduling would be kind of difficult. But it'd be fun to make it like a game jam everyone can get involved in. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed. It's in the car. Did I mess up this small UI thing? No. It looks okay in here. It's 2 pixels. I guess it just looks smaller than it is. Hold on. Yeah, it's fine. It is every week. I don't know if we're doing. Oh, you mean sleep schedule? Yeah. Yeah, that 4-hour challenge. I want to edit that into like a full-on video and short. I think it'd be kind of cool. Downloading this bed at 6 a.m. Wake up feeling terrible at 2-3. Guys, that's me every day. I go to bed at 10 a.m. and then I wake up at 3 p.m. That's my schedule. But then the days where I have to wake up early for an appointment or something, it's bad. Game Jam, yeah. Someone made a game about 40 shapes. There's been a couple I've seen around now, which is really cool. There's the one golfing game that a Code Parade made, and then there's also a 4D like Minecraft clone, which is crazy. Mining game. I forget what it's called. Yeah, okay, it's 4D Miner. This is one that I've seen around. It's actually not out yet, but there is a demo. But yeah, this one is insane. It's basically Minecraft, but it's 4-dimensional. Oh, it's so crazy. Like, it's kind of sickening to watch people play this, and I imagine even more so actually being in the game. But it's crazy because you build a house, right? Well, thank you for the cheese time. And then you change your camera to the other dimension, the other spatial dimension, and you realize that it's like there's holes in your wall. You know, it's so weird. Ah, man. Our brains are just not designed to comprehend 4 spatial dimensions. It just doesn't work. The limitations of our flesh. Maybe one day when we're all computers, we'll understand better. Many cheese times. Never find your house on that. Yeah, you like rotate your camera and then your house is gone forever. It'd be difficult. All right, well, unfortunately, I do have to end stream here. But let me go write down this change I made to the weather thing. Added a panel background to the weather icon in the travel menu. Okay. But yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna keep working on a couple things tonight and get this version ready to go. But yeah, demo tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. And there's no like reason to swap over to the demo, by the way, if you're already playing on the playtest. Just because it's gonna be the same version, so don't worry about it. Eventually later on, I might close signups for the playtest. I'm gonna have to figure that out, but otherwise, yeah, the demo is gonna be basically the same version. I might potentially cut some of the content in the demo. So the playtest would actually be like, is more likely to have more content. So just keep the playtest version if you're already in it. Yeah, anyways, let's go find somebody to raid really quick. Okay. Won't talk. Ever since I understood the weakness of my flesh. Yeah. I feel it. We haven't rated a Digs Dev in a long time, and I like to see how progress on stuff there has been going, so let's go raid over there. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming in. I don't know what I just said. Coming in. Feel free to grab the demo tomorrow, or wishlist the game. Yeah, we'll be live again on Wednesday, 3:30 MDT. We'll see if we're going to be doing more demo stuff then. Maybe. But I want to take a break, so we'll probably either play Half-Life or do something else. Because I think that would be kind of nice.
But yeah. See, somebody said happy B-Day. I don't know if it's his birthday today. That would be pretty epic. Anyways, we're gonna raid in. But yeah, once we get full life after, I don't know. I don't know if it's ever happening, guys. I don't know if Half-Life, the full life game, is ever coming. Anyways, yeah, thank you for coming in. Feel free to join the Discord. Wishlist alert in on Steam and grab Storeground if you want. And yeah, Life 1.5. That's crazy. Anyways, bye everybody. Thank you for coming in. Life Infinity 1. See all you gamers on Wednesday. Bye everyone. Bye bye.